This should be it should pop up here on everybody's YouTube.
Yeah, I just got a message. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to resend, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, give me a second here.
I haven't even gotten the notification yet.
I got it on my phone, but I haven't gotten it on the computer, so I'm just waiting.
I'll just hop over to YouTube then.
Oh, here we go. Infendo Radio is live.
I just retweeted Mike, but is the address going to be wrong?
It might.
Probably.
Okay. Hang on, let me.
We really need to iron that out because I keep sending like people to the wrong places.
Okay, guys, it's the link that has BXYJWMOR. That's the correct link.
I'm just refreshing the Infendo Radio page until it shows up.
Yeah, I'm on it. If you're subscribed, your notification should have popped up with something.
I just got one.
I probably turned. There it is. I had to go back to the home page.
Pop out chat.
And then, I can't even see the chat yet. That's weird.
Well, there's no chat yet, which is probably why.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get that going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, if you're listening to us, we are live. So I think
Four people watching right now. It's literally all of us.
Yeah, right. I don't have any. I think that's really all we need to do, except for to make sure that everybody's recording. I'm going to say this every time now because I fucked up last time. Make sure that your microphone is set to the right microphone on Audacity when you hit record, because that's why I fucked up. Last time my recording was messed up, so yeah, I had problems.
Yeah, I did a mic check before we started, and I'm good. So, and you're going to hear about that because I just started my recording. Hi, Eugene.
Blue Snowball. And if you guys aren't hearing static by now, then it should be fine, but just make sure.
I think you're okay.
Yeah, I think it should be fine. Then let me just do one more test on the music, make sure you guys can hear the music, and I think we should be fine.
Yeah, I haven't watched the Mario Odyssey trailer enough to remember the music, so I just have the Mario Galaxy 2 trailer music stuck in my head.
I want that song, that jazz song that was at the end of the trailer.
You know, I've got to say, ever since the 3D Land, 3D World games, swing music works really well for Mario.
Yeah, sure. Like that big
1940s
band sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. You guys heard that Mario thing, by the way, right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear anything, but you guys were kind of talking, so.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear anything.
I can hear it on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I can't hear anything from you, Eugene.
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And we can hear it while we're. Nope.
Oh, there's an echo.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can hear the music while we talk, but we can also hear us.
Can you hear the? How about now?
Dun, 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 for the Mario Brothers and
the music
game plumbing
No,
game
the others
not
who
like
get
the
on the
others who
plane.
get off the plane. They'll be seekers in trouble. They'll be hooking on the dough. The faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers. Ugh.
I must not know the words correctly because those didn't sound right.
To the fridge.
Yeah. Shit.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapples.
Okay.
So while we're still setting up, that like ambitious YouTube project that I talked about on the last show was I was gonna try to Donkey Kong rap us, like this Eugene has a funny face, but I gave up after the first verse because it was. So
oh my God,
boring.
Lucas! I was gonna make this a surprise, but I've had so much trouble writing the verses. You and I need to collaborate on this. I have an instrumental of the DK rap. We need to hammer this out and have it ready.
All right, we have a project.
That's amazing. All
right. So
okay, what do you guys say we get started?
Prepared? We have our one audience member here.
Yeah. What do you guys say we get going, huh? We still need to sync up, I think, right?
Let's get it started.
Anybody want to do the honor of the claps?
Oh.
Okay, ready, guys? In 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Wow.
Lucas,
All right.
where are you at?
Pardon.
Lucas, what was you at?
254.
Okay. Mike, what were you at?
250. No, 317. I'm sorry. No. Fuck. 258.
Justin, what were you at?
Nope. 48 minutes.
I was about 21:30.
My audacity fucked up.
Yeah.
21:30. I like it.
Yeah, I started my recording when we first discussed making sure that our recording was started.
And Steve, what are you at?
14:43, and I'm still not seeing a chat on the YouTube page.
I see somebody.
Yeah, we're here.
Michael
Steve.
Thompson is in there.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hi, how you doing?
That's weird.
Okay, so I say we get going before we get too late. I'm gonna just intro us like we normally do, but like Justin had discussed last week, I think I'm gonna stop and pause and kind of let everybody say hello. So let's let everybody do that, and then we'll get into Mike and Lucas talking about Monster Hunter.
Yay!
Okay, let me make a note here on my Audacity.
Yeah, I found the chat. It was on the side, not the bottom.
There you go.
So I'm an idiot.
Mine's always on the side.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. It's a special E3 edition of Infendo, so that's exciting. We definitely have been on the same page in the group me. We're the regular Montagues and Capulets over here, but we're ready to rock and roll. So who do I have tonight? I know I've got Lucas. How you doing tonight?
I am doing just dandy, Eugene. I'm the first one to go at this new talking while you introduce us thing, so I have no idea what to say, but I'm doing good. Life is exciting.
How about you tell me which house you're from? Are you from House Montague or House Capulet?
Which one hated E3? Because I guess I'm from that house.
That's probably the Capulet. I think that's Juliet's house, right? She's the first one to die. So
yeah. So I'm Team Juliet then.
Okay. I've also got Mike with me tonight. How you doing, Mike?
We should have some somber memorial music playing in the back at the start of this podcast when we edit it, because that's how Lucas and I feel right now.
I'm gonna play an chiptunes version of Taps from some game. I know there has to be one somewhere.
There has to be. I'm pretty sure I played a game on Game Boy that had that. Actually, I'm pretty sure I played a game on Game Boy that had that. But I am House. I am Team Aqua. I'm not Team Magma. So.
Shit. I've also got Justin with me. I think you're our first member of Team Montague. How are you doing?
I thought it was a Hufflepuff, but
I'll take that too.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm as pleased with E3 as anyone who does not have a Switch has any reason to be.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But last but not least, I've got Steve. How you doing tonight?
I'm from Team Fat.
I like that too. You're actually Team Thumper, because since you discussed that game, I actually played it in VR. I haven't downloaded
Thumper and Dumper.
I haven't installed it, and so then I can show it on the live stream. But tomorrow, maybe we can play some games, and I can show you all what that's all about. So, anyways, we're here to talk about Nintendo. We're here to talk about E3. It's E3 week. Today we're recording on the 14th, so pretty much everything has already passed that has been announced. We got that sushi game announced. That's probably the last Nintendo announcement of the day. But before we get into any of that, let's get straight into the news. I'm gonna let Lucas and Mike take this first news topic. Everybody get ready. Everybody get your ceremonial music started, because here we go. Monster Hunter.
If Mike doesn't object, I will tell the news, and then I'll let Mike give his opinions, and then I'll close off with some opinions too. Does that sound agreeable to you, my friend?
Hold on, let me get something out of the way real quick.
Okay. And there it is.
That was too short.
So the kind of bookmarks on the end of RE3 for me and Mike, and to a degree Steve as well, because he's kind of a newly inducted hunter, is Monster Hunter Worlds being released for every major system except the Switch. It started out, it's coming to PlayStation 4, it's coming to Xbox One, and it's coming to PC, but it's not coming out on Switch. And we were okay with that. I was, I think, saltier than even Mike was. Mike had kind of this, like, look on the bright side. Double cross is still a thing.
Oh, no,
and then we found out...
Way saltier.
Okay.
I had a PS4 until I got a Switch.
Well, that hurts. But we were like, okay, we still got Double Cross. Well, then they announced that Double Cross is... Their official statement is Capcom has no plans to bring Monster Hunter Double Cross to the West for the Nintendo Switch. It will be a Japanese exclusive. And to tie the neat little ribbon on the end of it, they also have no plans to localize the 3DS version at present. So Monster Hunter Cross, which in the US is Monster Hunter Generations, is going to be the last Nintendo Monster Hunter that comes to the US in the foreseeable future. Mike, how do we feel about that?
That fucking sucks. You guys finally get me into Monster Hunter, and this is the last one I'm going to get to play?
Yeah,
that's Mike. You sound like a high-pitched girl, Mike. Sorry,
Mike. I had to put that in there. You're up.
Also, I want to mention that they didn't say they have no plans. They just haven't announced any plans. So that still could go either way.
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, but let's be real here. Public relations talk like that is always a nightmare, and it's always going to be like, oh, no, we're not doing it.
I just don't see any reason why they would purposefully tell us that they have no plans to bring it over, or that they're not going to reveal their plans to bring it over or anything, if not for the fact that, they're not bringing it over. Because why piss people off just to get hype for a game that now, like, people are saying, oh, well, I'm going to go buy a PlayStation and play Worlds instead. Like, it's a rough area.
Here's the thing. I mean, I know they just put out Monster Hunter Worlds on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC at a later date than the other two consoles, but one commercial for, like, a taco.
Oh, God, sorry. That was my fault.
The Mexican people eating tacos, and a little girl was like, why can't we have both? In reference to the hard tacos and soft taco shells. Like, why the fuck can I not have my double doodad that I'm considering selling at this point, because I'm fucking... and why can't we also have Monster Hunter Worlds on everything, maybe even a Switch, because I don't see why you can't just downgrade it a little bit. I mean, the game looks massively beautiful on the PS4, and it cannot be put on the Switch with that much fidelity on it, so it would have to be dumbed down. But I mean, I'll take a dumbed down version if I can get it.
Okay. What gets me about that?
Plans at this time. I am. Do not stop this train. Do not stop this train.
I want to ask you a question though about. So I literally have nothing about. I saw the Sony stuff at the Sony press conference that they showed about Worlds, but is this a game, like a brand new game, or is it like a game that is an
Monster
existing
Hunter Worlds is Monster Hunter 5. But confirm that. Okay,
so it's basically a brand new game, brand new engine, everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything is brand new. It is everything that Monster Hunter should have been from the beginning. People were complaining as being westernized too much, and there was a leak on 4chan months ago about this, and Double Cross being a Switch and stuff. So like the leak was saying, oh, it's being westernized, making it easier. You can gather items on the go. No long drawn animations for anything.
Sure.
But like really, the fact that it's underwater combat is back. Like being able to climb on a monster and like walk on a monster, like shadow the Colossus and attack weak points, and dynamic jumping like that, and like a grappling hook, and just more stealth options. You can like wear like leaves and camo and stuff. And the fact that they also announced while they're doing a question and answer on Twitter and Reddit and some other places I don't remember, do the quest, complete it. Have no time limit after the quest is over. You can just keep killing monsters. More than one large monster will pop up. You can go back to your base camp, which randomly spawns every vacation. Go back to that, change your armor loadout, so you can go back and hunt a new large monster. It's like pretty much Monster Hunter realized.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Monster Hunter, yeah.
And
it's a complete reinvention of the series, basically.
It hurt.
Does this make you feel any
Whoever's
better?
playing that shit needs to go home.
Does it make you feel any better or worse? Is what I'm wondering.
No, it makes me feel worse.
Okay.
No, like I am done with Monster Hunter at this point. Like I like you've ever had a bad breakup and you're like, I am done with women. I am just done with life. You know, I'm being single forever. This shit ain't worth my time anymore.
Yeah,
that's how I feel on like games in general because of how bad E3 was. But Monster Hunter is just like in the pan for me right now. Like, oh hey, yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say, like, and I talked to Eugene privately about this, but to me, this hits on, like, the bigger issue for me, which is that all of a sudden I start getting this feeling that, like, third-party support for the Switch is going to be as lackluster as it was for the Wii U.
Sure.
And the Switch is actually selling... The Switch is selling well. The Wii U, it was actually understandable because the Wii U just never took off. But, like, the Switch is doing well for itself. And we're still having, like, just complete and utter nonsense for most of the big third-party companies about getting games on the Switch. Either they're not coming out in the States, or they're not coming out with all their features, or they're just flat out not coming out at all. And it's I don't know. It's almost more troubling for me that that's a thing than that I can't play the new Monster Hunter. Like,
sure, and you know, I talked to you this privately as well, but like, you know, it's it's terrible, and I think that what really happened is that all these companies are now in a scramble to get games for the Switch, you know, because everybody's kind of taking a wait and see approach because of what happened with the Wii U.
Which is what happened with the Wii. With mixed results, nobody expected the Wii to take off.
Yes,
they had like no third-party support until like a year later.
So now here's the problem. Now this is.
Hang on, let Lucas get a statement out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize that I just stepped over you there.
No.
The hype train can't stop rolling, or my train's not going to stop. So Lucas can go, then I'm going to.
Well, I was just going to say that I'm hoping that you're right, Eugene. I'm hoping that developers are rushing to come out with new content for this system, and I hope that they're not just dismissing it as a fluke and that it's not going to do very well in the long run, because honestly, that's the way it feels right now. Like, with the way games have been coming out and the way they've been treating it in, like, social media, it seems like they're just ignoring the fact that the Switch is even a console. Like, you'll ask them questions about the Switch, and they'll be like, hey, great news, we got this game coming out for PlayStation. So, like,
I think
so. Now, let me just get my last point in, and then I'll shut up. That's what I hope is happening. This is what I think is happening. I think that all the third parties are probably sending like their D-list developers, like, or you know, D-list port houses or whatever they can get, like, because they're not going to send their big guns to the Switch. That's just kind of what I feel is going to happen. So what we're going to get is kind of what we got with the Wii, you know, like, you didn't get Dead Space, but you got Dead Space Extraction. You didn't get like the main game, but you got like an offshoot of it. And I really think that's what's going to happen with the Switch, unfortunately. But, you know, that's kind of what we signed up for as buying a Nintendo console. But I really hope I'm wrong. I really do.
I think part of the problem is, and I don't know how much of this happened on the, you know, in the backstage end, but, you know, Nintendo was so secretive about the Switch for so long. And I'm wondering if developers were as much in the dark as everybody else, because I mean, it can take upwards of 3 years to produce an A-list game for a modern console. If they didn't know what the Switch was until a year or so ago, then it could be some time before we see, you know, big third-party games. Hopefully the Switch has legs that long.
Sure.
Hopefully. Mike, did you want to pull this train into the station?
No, I am still on full speed ahead. I'm waiting for people to stop letting me not have my turn here. So it highlights a bigger fact that Capcom in general is like totally dumped Nintendo. I mean, again, let's look at the fact that the Disney Afternoon Collection, which had DuckTales 1 and 2 and all the other NES games on it, that's not coming to the Switch for God knows what reason. It's a bunch of NES ports. There's no reason you can't put that on a Switch no matter how long in advance you knew about it. That's literally nothing but, like, you know.
Yeah, that's a ROM dump.
And then you also have Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which has all the newer Mega Man games, most of it which were initially put on the Wii and the Nintendo first, like Mega Man 9 and 10. Like, there's no reason to not put games as simple as that are just knockoffs and ports onto the Switch. And Capcom is just saying, okay, you know what, we're done. And then you look at the fact that they even said, oh, we're going to judge how we do with Switch by how much you buy Street Fighter 2 because that's how we're going to make things go rational.
Right.
That's a perfectly normal response because, Street Fighter 2, a game that's 25 years old. If you don't buy that shit for the fifth time, then you're not going to get anything else.
Yeah, not only that, but it's
look at the fact that you can't even get Call of Duty on the Switch anymore, which I don't care about Call of Duty, but how it's the fact that we're not getting like the big massively multiplayer games, which to be fair I understand because I'm but it's like the portable version like hyped up a little bit. Or the portable version, here you go.
And the real slap in the face is that we just got Mega Man on Smash Brothers, so it looked like, Capcom was totally on board with Nintendo not very long ago.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then even, you derailed the train here real quick. Okay, Capcom.
Sorry, you keep cutting out on my end, so I'm not sure when you stop talking.
Oh, yeah, Just Dance 18 is coming out on the Wii because that makes money for some fucking reason. So, that's coming out on the Switch too, so it's not a big deal. But the fact of the matter is, you're getting support from Ubisoft, which, mind you, is making a game that which looks really good in my mind, except for Lucas's mind. That we're getting an original IP from them, but they're making a game and throwing it 10 years in the past and saying, "Oh, here you go, guys, have that." Because the only people who play the Wii anymore are old folk in retirement homes, and they're not gonna go Just Dancing anytime soon. It's just like there's a big thing. Like Tekken 7's not coming out. They've said we have no plans. We haven't even thought about it. Rocket League was a given. No matter what.
Namco, big supporter of Nintendo during the Wii U era. Why is Namco backing off now that they have a successful system?
Sure.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I'm gonna try and direct us back to the Monster Hunter talk here. Let's direct this towards like the Capcom's involvement in the Switch and how they're
there is no involvement.
And also not forget that we have 10 more topics to discuss.
Yeah,
also true.
People were trying to defend us, saying, "Oh, well, buy a PS4 or whatever." Ha ha ha. No, that's not a good enough excuse. You can have both games. Oh, it's region free. It is region free, but here's the problem. You try to play a Japanese game on a Japanese server on an American console, that shit does not work. Okay, you can get online, but you will lag out harder than my drunk ass on a Saturday night 2 years ago when I drank like we tried to play Battle Sports Mercuru. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't say that name. Lucas and I don't say that game by name. We try to play that rainbow butt bouncing color block game where you try to fight one another by smacking color tiles. And we get online, and we're only two people playing, and we log out because the lag is so damn bad. It's just not gonna work. Yeah. Like you can't online. You can't just import a Japanese game, and play it online, and it work. It doesn't.
Yeah, because it's probably using Japanese servers and.
Oh, it is because
yeah.
It doesn't work because like Japanese server Monster Hunter Switch. In Japan has always ever Monster Hunter games in Japan I've only ever played on Japanese servers. Mm-hmm. So there's never going to be a chance for them to do that. And Justin's like, oh, well, they can localize it in English and translate it. And yeah, they'll translate it if they want to, but they're not going to because they have no reason to. And even if they did, it's not going to change the fact that they can't play it very well. It's Monster Hunter is an online based game or multiplayer based game, and if I can't play it online, I'm not going to want to play it.
Sure. Okay, so let's get out of this Monster Hunter talk, and let's kind of move on a little bit. I do want to give you a chance to kind of give your final words on all of this stuff, both you and Lucas, and anybody else who wants to chime in. I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here and kind of look at it in Capcom's perspective. Maybe there just isn't a like for Double Cross, I'm thinking for the localization there. Maybe the localization just isn't going to happen because the money that it would take to localize it is not as much as they would get back in return from the people who are buying Monster Hunter. So I want to play hold on a sec. I don't believe that this to be true because I think that the Monster Hunter franchise has grown a lot. And if you go on Twitter, they agree with you. If you want to keep your fan base growing, you have to do something like this, even if it takes like maybe they lose a little bit of money on the translation, but they make it back on the other side when people are buying more Monster Hunter games in the future. I don't know. I'm not on the business side of these things, but maybe there's a reason. Maybe they're just being assholes. I don't know.
My counterpoint to that thought would be, why not just release it as digital only then? Because admittedly, it would still take some money to translate and everything, but then you're not shipping out all these units. You know, you can just put it online, and whoever wants to download it can download it.
Sure,
it's definitely a cheaper option, kind of a middle ground. You know.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm just not on the business side of things, you know, so I don't know what the financials are.
Another counterpoint to that is Monster Hunter Double Cross is already half translated. Do you know why? Because half the game is Monster Hunter Generations. Like,
also true.
Like, you have half the work done already.
Yeah, it's almost more of an expansion pack than a full game.
Right? Yeah, it's literally just like it's literally Monster Hunter their second installment. And half the game is already there, so and that's not an issue. And literally, you go on Twitter, it's a damn clusterfuck right now. Like every tweet that Monster Hunter puts out, even like back like a week and a half, people are just storming that shit with hashtags, like flying angry.
Yeah, and like I said to Lucas privately, like they really do, I think, owe something to the fans, just because Monster Hunter has been a Nintendo franchise for how long now? I mean, I know it started off on the PS2, but it's been with Nintendo for a long time now, and so a lot of people see it as a Nintendo franchise, and for them to you know, basically
even my dog is barking in anger right now. Yeah, like
and for them to like basically abandon their fans is not a good look. It's definitely not a good look.
Yeah.
For two full generations of hardware, it's been a Nintendo console.
Sure.
Or Nintendo.
Yeah. And to like go off of that, like there's rumors saying now it ties into the leak and other places that, you know, like leaked out Monster Hunter Worlds forever ago. They said that, you know, Sony to pull them away from Nintendo, but not enough money to get exclusive rights to it in America. However, in Japan, it's only PS4 exclusive. I guess even Capcom realizes that Xbox has no whatsoever, so it's only going to be PS4 only over there. So I guess they couldn't get enough money to make them worldwide Sony only, but the fact that they might have paid Capcom enough money and Nintendo didn't even say anything, fuck you on both ends for Capcom and Nintendo for not trying to make this work out. And, you know, there's like I don't know how true this is or not, but I was reading that, like, you know, they didn't, when Monster Hunter Stories was announced to be localized, like Capcom didn't even want to do it. Nintendo did it.
Yeah.
I feel like Capcom's just like, whatever, Nintendo can go away, and that's bullshit. You know, I've gotten the entire Infendo Radio that we have here to play Monster Hunter to some degree for a certain amount of time. I've gotten people like on Nintendo Voice, or no, Holly's not on Nintendo Voice, I'm sorry, but like Nintendo Fever and all them to play Monster Hunter. It's a game that grows, like people love it. To just shun us, it's not going to go well. And I don't want to say anymore because I'm going to go on an hour tirade on this shit. I just need to stop.
Yeah,
like getting really pissed off.
I'd love to keep going, but we do have a lot more to cover, so I guess we should move on, right?
Sure.
Yeah, don't worry. I will save my anger for the rest of the show. Don't worry.
Yeah, you got like a 5-minute segment at the end to talk about what you thought about E3. You can use that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to kind of move into what Nintendo talked about in their spotlight, and one of the first things that they showed was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So, that was an anime fucking trailer, wasn't it? Like
I was so like it was too anime for me, and I got a PlayStation 3 just so I could get a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game. Like that's how weeby the trailer was.
Sure, but that said, like, okay, I thought that game was going to get delayed for sure. But now that it's going to be coming into 2017, that's, you know, just another really cool game for the Switch to be coming. I know that you and Mike don't see it that way, but it, like, for me, well, I'm probably going to get it.
It has an audience.
Yeah.
Well, let me say that I've bought both Xenoblade Chronicles games.
Oh, sure.
I just can't get through the first one. Like, I always get bored like halfway through, and that's not so much on the game as it is on just my own hang up with RPGs. So,
and for me,
I'm
like,
sure
I'm not so, like, I'm excited that this is coming for the Switch. I'm not so excited to play it, if that makes sense, because like I don't know that that I really want this game right now. Like, I'm glad that it's coming, but I'll probably put it on a shelf and maybe pick it up like I don't know, in a dry spell or something like that, you know?
That's where I am too. I'm definitely not, well, and you're going to hear this from me a lot during this presentation, but I'm definitely not clambering for that game right now. So
Sure. But I mean, as far as the game goes, it looks pretty beautiful. I mean, there was a lot of it looked almost like a Final Fantasy game, like with all the just weird aesthetics and like weird swords and everything that they showed in that. Like I don't know, it was really interesting.
Final Fantasy's not really into that weird stuff anymore. Now it's
some of those giant monster things look pretty cool, though. I'll give them that.
Sure.
I'd like to point out that Final Fantasy 13 was bizarre as all get out. Like, they're still into pretty weird Japanesey stuff. Like,
It wasn't. It
but
wasn't
it doesn't
as bizarre
look
as
weird
13
Japanesey
too.
now. It looks serious Japanesey now.
Sure, and to be fair, like this game, you know, like not every game is for everybody. I think that's going to be kind of the theme of this Nintendo Infendo podcast. You know, like
Probably.
I'm looking in the chat right now, and like it might not be for us, but it looks like Nintendo fan and Michael Thompson are pretty pumped about it. So you know, different strokes for different folks is I think what the theme is. You know, so.
I mean,
think it's
for
good
Xenoblade, I can't really say I'm against it. I just haven't played any of them before, so I can't really throw my hat into the ring.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's good that they have it out there because it shows that they're serving a certain audience that may have been overlooked in previous generations. Because there's been almost no real Japanese RPGs on any Nintendo system since the Super Nintendo. So to come out right out of the bat with a fairly popular, fairly successful franchise within the first year. I mean, they're clearly trying to get like Square and, you know, various other companies interested in this system because what better place to have, you know, a Japanese RPG, you know, very grindy, long-winded, talky RPG than on a system that you can just pick up and take with you and play in short bursts.
Yeah, sure.
But, you know.
And you know what? Yeah. I'm definitely not going to throw shade at this game because, like, even if it might not be for me at this moment, I was one of the people screaming the loudest when the original game wasn't coming to the United States, and there was that Operation Rainfall initiative, you know. So, like, here we are, like 6-7 years later, and we're not excited about it. What does that tell you, you know?
Now, I do just want to throw this out here real quick before we get into all of the other topics, because this is going to be kind of another constant for me. One of the things that I was a little disappointed by during the presentation was that this video and Mario and like Fire Emblem Warriors, a lot of the big games and the ones that frankly I'm more excited for, we already knew about ahead of time. I felt like the reveals that we got that we're going to be talking about soon, so I'll shut up, but those were a little less exciting for me personally, at least. Like all the stuff I was into, I already knew I was getting. So.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, and that was kind of the case with Xenoblade. Like, it was fun to see it in action for the first time because we really didn't get a, you know, look at it, but you knew it was there. You knew it was coming around the corner.
Well, yeah, and because when did this game officially get announced? Did we hear about it at the Switch reveal back in January, I think, right? Or was it even revealed before then?
I swear we got a reveal a while back. I'm trying to remember.
It was in January.
Okay, so we it's a known quantity for sure. So yeah, I don't know, maybe maybe Nintendo's the way that they've been doing the Nintendo Directs throughout the year is actually hurting them at E3 time. You know, like because
I don't agree with that. It's just the fact that they play their hand and then they don't draw another card. Like they just keep playing the same hand over and over again. They get shit and they don't wipe and do something else.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that metaphor, but I will say that, like, I mean, their E3 game, you know, people really like their E3 game. I'm one of the exceptions, but people seem to enjoy it. So, you know, clearly they're doing something right. I'm a lot more excited for Nintendo Directs generally than I have been for E3s the last few years, just because their E3s are usually kind of short and simple, you know?
And I think that's kind of a reflection of how the industry is going in general. Is, you know, it used to be E3 was when all the big news came out for everybody. Now we get little trickles of news through the internet all the time.
That being said, I heard the PlayStation 4's presentation was like an hour and a half of just new game after new game after new game. So
exactly, it was an hour and a half of like they had like 10 minutes of talking, and the rest of us like, okay, here's some games. I'm gonna shut up now. And it's just like bam, 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 bam. Half of them we knew about, but even then, like they were like new.
Well,
games
and
coming out.
have we gotten any of the new exciting games that they announced 2 years ago?
Good point.
So I mean, they could just be
Guardian.
blowing smoke. At least Nintendo, when they say something is coming out, you know it's coming out. But I do want to, there was
because Breath of the Wild came out in such a timely fashion.
Well, it still came out. We knew it existed. But the only other thing I was going to say about it is it used to be that, we'd have these E3 presentations and then, Reggie or Iwata or somebody would stand up there and say, and we'd like to thank you all for being with us. Now we have just one more thing for you. And, like blow the doors wide open on something that nobody knew existed and everybody wanted. And we haven't gotten that for like 3 years in a row.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool. Okay, well, let's get out of Xenoblade because it looks like we're kind of already taking ourselves out of that anyways. And let's move on to Kirby. Mike, I believe this was your topic, so why don't you take this part of the direct or showcase?
Oh, right, yeah, I did Kirby. Shit.
Directly to you.
Kirby was...
This was actually one of your bingo predictions, too, by the way, I think. The multiplayer Kirby that was announced.
Yeah, you nailed this one.
No, this wasn't it.
Oh, well, that's what we thought it was.
So
I said Kirby, but it wasn't like this. Anyway, Kirby, tell us about it.
No, the multiplayer Kirby was announced in the last Direct, and they didn't talk about it. It was a 3DS title, so this wasn't it at all. But anyway, Kirby came out with a game that looks just like the last two games we've gotten. But hey, let's talk about it. So in 2018, there will be a Kirby game currently untitled, just called Kirby. And the big deal, the big shtick with this one is it kind of takes vein from like Superstar 64 and like Return to Dreamland all at one time. You get the 4-player, like you get a 4-player adventure mode, which channels Return to Dreamland and also Superstar because you can take instead of having like Waddle Dee, Meta Knight, and Dedede as your other characters, you can control enemies. Like you throw something at them, and all of a sudden they're your teammates and stuff. And you can control them. You can do some other stuff with them, and then you can channel your Kirby 64 stuff with them by combining your power-ups. So if you have Sword Kirby, a fire blowing dude up in your team, y'all can combine stuff, and then you have your fire sword. And then they even showed off the curling stuff in Kirby 64, like the little ice power-up. I thought that was cool. They brought that back again. That comes like a really fast movement thing. Overall, though, it felt really safe, like really beyond safe.
Kirby
it looks nothing different than like Return to Dreamland, Superstar Ultra, all the other stuff. And it's kind of hard to change Kirby's layout. I understand. I'm assuming that's what you're going to say, Justin. But
well, no, what I was going to say is Kirby kind of goes back and forth. They'll do a really weird, who the hell ever expected that sort of Kirby game, and then they'll come out with a safe, pretty standard platformer, and then they'll just bounce back and forth. So, I mean, we had that clay drawing one, so...
Yeah, but like, that was like a one-time thing because they wanted to try out with the gamepad, and then like that was the only Wii U Kirby game we got. But then every other Kirby game since then, they've been pushing that same design, and it's to the fact where I'm just like, oh look, it's the exact same game with a new coat of paint. It doesn't do me anymore, and I love Kirby. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna play it, but it's just like, oh hey, here's Kirby. Here's Waddle Dee. Here's the same design.
And the fact that it's multiplayer has me more excited than most other Kirby titles, to be honest. Just because.
Oh yeah, and multiplayer has a function because you can get like all 4 people at one time do a group attack or link up and make a big old circle. You can ride down a hill with it for some reason. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Kirby to me is kind of like
Lucas go. Justin, no Lucas.
No, let Justin go first. I'll go after.
Well, I was just gonna say Kirby to me is kind of the Kraft macaroni and cheese of Nintendo. It never gets me truly excited, but I'm always happy with it.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
I
don't know. When I saw it, the first thing I thought was like it looked like it was like an upscaled version of the Wii version, not in terms of gameplay, but just in terms of how it looks and how it plays. Like it just kind of looked like the Wii version again. And the other thing, though, was I did like the merging of powers thing again. Like I have a soft spot for 64, so I like seeing like Ice Kirby and Rock Kirby turn into like curling ball Kirby, curling stone Kirby. That was really cool. But I was already in like my Monster Hunters and coming out thing, and like Xenoblade looks really weird mode. So by the time Kirby came along, I was like, okay, it's another Kirby game, fantastic.
Sure. Yeah, that was
and
typical
Kirby,
lull of the Nintendo E3.
And having Kirby with a attack combo is like in 64. That's the one thing that made me like, okay, I'm gonna play this game, because otherwise I'd be like, man, I really don't care anymore. I've skipped Kirby games in the past, but I usually try to play the console ones. But like have the curling Kirby in the Fire Sword and all other stuff like you could in 64. That's what draws me in, because that's my favorite Kirby game of all time. And I'm hoping that we get Refrigerator Kirby again, because that was like the best power of all time. Well, and that's what you think.
You know that it won't be, but imagine how much fun it would be if it did have online multiplayer and like the two of us could play Kirby together. Like I know it's not going to happen, but wouldn't that be beautiful?
Why can't it happen? I mean, the only reason it can't happen is because it's Kirby and it's Nintendo. Kirby is Nintendo's super safe thing. They don't do online with that or Yoshi or anything else. If it's not Mario Kart or Smash, you don't get online play. But it'd be cool if they did. Great game to just go online and go sucking up enemies.
Freudian slip.
And it didn't get better after that.
No, it didn't on purpose.
So is that pretty much all we have to say about Kirby? It seems like it's going to be Kirby.
Yeah.
With 4 Kirbys.
Pretty much.
And Yoshi's going to be Yoshi.
It comes out in an unmarked date with an unmarked name. That's also a trend that happens a lot in this direct.
Expect at least a year's wait, if not more.
Well, speaking of another game that doesn't have a name or a date, Lucas, why don't you take our next topic?
Yeah, and I'm going to keep this one short because I know that we're kind of running long with these discussion points here. Game Freak is making a Pokemon RPG for the Switch. That's the apparently official news. Do we have an official source for that, or is it just?
It was in the direct.
It was in the direct.
It was in the direct. The what's his name?
All right.
The Pokemon Company announced it.
Yeah. See, I watched the direct,
and then they also confirmed that it is a core game. It's they said RPG, and like they said in a couple of tweets and stuff, that it is a core game. So. Well, that bingo space on our card, that was fun.
Let me just say then that, and I wasn't aware of that. I totally missed that from the direct, but that is probably the most exciting news that I've gotten out of E3. That gives me a little happy moment because I love my Pokemon. But so that's cool. We're getting a Pokemon for the Switch, and it's not just going to be Pokken, which I know is officially pronounced Pokken, but I'm going to continue saying Pokken just to annoy you, Jim. I love my Pokemon.
Hey, I want to
play
Pokken.
I have stayed up
to throw my 8-bit controller across the room.
I have stayed up the last 3 nights with Steve discussing Pokemon strategies for way longer than 2 grown men should. We have official.
And it's been damn fun.
It's like the highlight of my week. We have an unofficial Pokemon battle with the host or one of the hosts of, is it Nintendo Voice, Steve?
Former host of Pokemon Voice, one of the good friends to the current host of Nintendo Voice.
That's the guy. Anyway, we're battling him tomorrow morning at like 9 a.m. I'm waking up early because 9 a.m. is early for me just to do this. I love Pokemon. I'm very excited for Pokemon on the Switch, so that's just dandy.
Oh, well, so let's the only other thing I kind of wanted to talk about Pokemon on Switch was that he did say that it was going to be more than a year or something like that, or it's going to be longer than a year.
They said expected to be at least a year, if not more. But that could be anything.
And that makes me expect that it's not just going to be like Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon 2, but rather like the next game in the series, Generation 8, which would be just amazing. So,
which is contradictory to what you said before, which you thought when we had the whole discussion of the one guy's email we got. We're like, oh, is it going to be Sun and Moon assets and stuff? No, I don't think it is.
Well, and that was because I think back then we were all kind of expecting that the next Pokemon game would be on the Switch anyway. But now that we've got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon...
That was this morning. I wasn't thinking that.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about then. But anyway, I'm fully expecting it to be a new game. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally a new game. Because I just want to say that Pokemon doesn't follow the old 3-game genre anymore. We get 2 games, either a remake or a sequel to them of some kind. And then we go to new generations.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't get Yellow and Crystal anymore. We get fucking Ultra 2Z.
Yeah.
Black and White too.
So stay tuned for that. Me and Mike and Steve will have to do a special Pokemon podcast in like 4 years for Nintendo.
Yeah,
and 4 years after that, I will actually play it.
Yeah, considering that special was how you and I are even on this show, Lucas.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to move on to... This was kind of Nintendo's block of games that are not in the immediate future. So, Steve, I believe that you have our next news topic, and this one really, really excited me, even though it was just a logo.
Yeah, so Metroid Prime 4 is a thing. They kind of... If you haven't seen it, they showed a little bit of space footage. You saw the number 4 kind of go to the back, and then it moved over, and it said Metroid Prime.
Well, you also heard the title screen music, which caught my attention immediately.
Right. Unmistakable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and Nintendo
when I realized it, fucking I saw the space dust, and I'm like, oh, what is that? I'm like, oh, they can't be Metroid. All of a sudden, it started forming the S, and I'm like, oh, that's motherfucking Metroid.
Oh, right. I forgot that they had the Screw Attack logo.
Yeah.
I was like either two things, either Metroid or ScrewAttack.com is making a comeback, and Nintendo is buying them out.
Nintendo fan is going nuts in the comment for Metroid Prime, so it's nice to see that there's some support there. I think a lot of people are excited for it. Like a lot of people liked it.
I for one am, but I have to say that that it not being developed by Retro kind of worries me. Like I'm not like I have faith in Nintendo, so they probably know what they're doing, but like I want to know who's making it and all that jazz.
You know, Nintendo's pretty good at recognizing diminishing returns because, you know, when Rare started to slip up on their games, Nintendo's like, yeah, we don't need them anymore. And, you know, when there was some other franchise that was headed by one company, and after a few games, you saw diminishing returns, and Nintendo switched to another developer. So I'm thinking that because the last Metroid Prime didn't sell very well, and the one before that wasn't reviewed very well, they're like, all right, they had their one hit. They're doing okay with Donkey Kong. Let's give someone else a shot.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too. Two things that come out of that. One, we still don't know what Retro is doing on the Switch because of that. We still have no idea what they're making for it. Two, Retro's not making Metroid Prime, but the same guy who headed the development of that wasn't like Rare related, Nintendo and stuff, he's still involved, so he still has that power over Metroid Prime 4. And clearly he trusts whoever's come in. We don't know who's developing it yet. So they they are trusted, and they have the power, the capability, and as long as they don't pull Miyamoto on Sticker Star and say, oh no, do this, do that, fuck the game up, it'll be good.
Let me jump in for a second, because I just had a thought, and I want it to be a thought that is actualized here. I played Metroid Prime 1, couldn't get into it. I never touched 2 and 3. I have the complete collection on my Wii U or on my Wii, but I never bothered to play it because I can't. I've played it multiple times and I just can't get into it. I find it really boring because I like my old school 2D Metroid. I have been wanting a over-the-shoulder Metroid for a long time, and I know I've talked on the show about how I love Other M, even though it's like the devil of Metroid games. I would love it if they pulled like a Skyrim with Metroid Prime 4 and let you choose between first-person or over-the-shoulder camera. Like, I don't know how they would do it, but I would love it if that was an option. Because if I could play Metroid and like see my character, I know it sounds silly and superfluous, but that would make all the difference for me in terms of getting this game, and I'd immediately be...
I mean, at one point, I thought the 3DS Metroid they showed off was Other M, like Part 2 or something, and then all of a sudden I saw the Metroid designs. I'm like, oh, that's Metroid 2.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Lucas, because, you know, when I was playing Metroid Prime, I would spend a lot of time in the Morph Ball just because it was more comfortable for me to see the character than be in the helmet.
Yeah, agreed. It's just I've never liked Metroid as a first-person shooter game. Like, I grew up with Super Metroid, and I think my second one was Fusion. And then I got into Zero Mission and everything. And by the time I finally played Metroid Prime, I was like, this doesn't feel like Metroid. Like, the exploration feels like Metroid. And obviously the level design is designed after Metroid. But there's just something about playing the game like that just doesn't appeal to me. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I liked it, the transition to 3D. But by the time Echoes came out, and then especially Corruption, like the formula kind of got stale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally understand that. And I've heard that the sequels are much better. I've heard that if you can get through the first one, it's supposed to be a better game. But, like, I don't want to play them out of order. Like, the purist in me can't stand the thought of playing the sequel without playing the original. So, like,
Sure.
I'm stuck at one, and I'm, like, never going to progress.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's why you play Zero Mission then.
Zero
Yeah,
Mission is a
well-
good one.
Zero Mission is a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm so opinionated about my Metroid. It's one of my favorite series, but I'm also, like, on the anti side of Metroid compared to most people. So
Right. Well, I have hope on this game. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump on you over you there, Steve. I'll let you
No, you're
talk
fine.
here in a sec. But yeah, I have hope for this game. Like people are saying in the chat, Michael Thompson is saying that they're actually excited that it's not retro because he wants to see the game go in a different direction, and that kind of seems like where you're leaning as well, Lucas. So hopefully, hopefully it does that, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead. I didn't mean to jump over you there.
No, you're okay. The only other point I wanted to make, Michael Thompson actually emailed us, and Eugene, you're okay with me sharing this over the air, right?
Uh-huh.
And he brought up an interesting point. Like he says, the Pokemon announcement probably wasn't planned. And if they can get away with showing a Metroid logo, why didn't they show a Pokemon logo? Well, if you look at what they showed, Metroid Prime, those two words have a certain font. So all they had to add to that was the number 4, and they had an instant announcement right there.
Right.
The reason that I don't think that happened with Pokemon is because if you look at the Pokemon logo, you've got the word Pokemon, and then you've got Sun and Moon, or you've got Ruby and Sapphire, or whatever. So the only thing they really could do is just put the word Pokemon on the screen, and that doesn't really have the same effect as
well, but to be
Metroid
fair,
Prime.
though, they did the exact same thing with Kirby and Yoshi this year. I mean, like,
Well,
we got Kirby, and it was like the old Kirby logo.
But they don't
and,
have
like,
any gameplay to
the
show for
difference, though-
Pokemon, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't have
But-
any gameplay.
But I think
you were getting way too
I think
hypothetical
Lucas
here,
probably
man.
wouldn't have missed it if the Pokemon logo had flashed on screen at some point.
Well, no, I'll tell you. The only reason I missed it is because I watched the direct afterwards, and I just watched each segment individually. Like, I watched it, and I was like, oh, here's the video for Pokken. Oh, here's the video for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Okay, done. They're coming out with gold and silver. Learn that from Justin. So, you know. Can I just say, how was nobody talking about that? Or how are they talking about it so little in our group of 5 that I missed it for like an entire week? How was that not like the highlight of the presentation
I
that we
actually
all
forgot about
discussed
it.
for moments?
Wait, what? Gold and Silver?
No, Pokemon for the Switch. Like you said, they announced that at the
I did
direct,
write
right?
that in the chat in my defense, but our chat got so flooded that I think it just got missed.
Yeah, I'm amazed that I could miss. It's like the fidget spinner thing. Like 2 months after it comes out, I'm like, what the hell is a fidget spinner?
Oh god! All right,
I'm not getting into that right now.
Let's fidget spin our way out of this bullshit, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about my next topic, because I get to talk here about the Yoshi game, which we also just kind of got a little bit of snippet for, but admittedly we got some gameplay too. But before we talk about Yoshi, I just realized that we didn't have anything about Mario and Rabbids on the list, so I did want to discuss that, so I'm going to squeeze it in here. Guys, I'm actually kind of excited for it. It looks kind of like almost Mario meets Fire Emblem or even XCOM or something like that. There's actually
It's definitely more XCOM than anything else. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, that's something, and that's actually kind of coming soon, surprisingly. So that one excites me, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. I just wanted to say that it's coming. What are your guys' thoughts on that, kind of in a few sentences or so?
Day 1 purchase.
Okay.
I'm hoping that all of the stuff they showed on E3 in the direct after Ubisoft did it, I hope all that encourages Lucas to look at it more and maybe buy the game.
We're talking Rabbids, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not really interested right now. I don't know. I feel like I was like the second most on board when it got announced, but now I've kind of turned off. The gameplay didn't look crazy to me.
Did you see the Treehouse stuff?
Yeah, I watched some
Okay.
gameplay and everything, but it didn't really do it for me. And I'm also not a huge fan of like the whole crossover. I think it feels kind of forced and awkward. So, I mean, if you guys rave over it for like months and months, and if you guys can like play together or something, maybe, then there's a reason to get it. But otherwise, I'll probably just give it a skip.
Sure.
Yeah, Rabbids seems to me like the type of game that 5 years after it comes out, I regret not playing it when it came out, but still never play.
And let me just quantify this by saying that I bought like every Rabbids game up until this one. Like, it's not about the Rabbids for me. It's just, it doesn't feel right. Like, there's something inside me that's telling me I shouldn't buy this game, and I'm not going to get it. Like, I loved the Rabbids game on the Wii, the one that you could like do the shopping cart. That was fun. But I don't know.
Well, fair enough. Well, okay, so we're gonna move out of Rabbids. Oh no, Steve, did you want to kind of drop in, and Mike as well? Did you kind of want to give a little bit about the Rabbids before we move on?
The biggest reason I'm getting it is because my wife seems interested in it, and if it's a game where I can sit down and she can watch me play it and we can laugh together, that's the biggest reason that I'm getting it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That sounds like a good enough reason as any.
The one thing I'm concerned about is the fact that it's been in development by Ubisoft for years. Even going back to the Wii and stuff, like Nintendo's always been like, no, we don't want it, and now they're doing it. So it's been in development for years, like Unseen 64 and stuff. Like they have like a whole like 5-minute video on it. It worries me that it's been in development that long, which means it's not entirely Switch original. So I'm worried about how quality-wise it might be in the long run. If it feels old right away, or if it like still feels fresh after all this time to develop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can see that.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Okay, guys. Well, let's move out of that then, and we're going to talk about the Yoshi trailer that they showed. Quite honestly, that was probably my least exciting game that I saw, but I know that I'm going to get it anyways because my girlfriend likes the Woolly World type series and stuff. She just likes Yoshi as a character, so I know that'll be a fun game to play with her. But yeah, it kind of looked little samey to me, unfortunately. But aesthetically, it looked great. Like, it looked pretty, it looked beautiful, but it just wasn't. It didn't hit me the way I thought it would, or I guess that Nintendo maybe hoped that it would. What do you guys feel about that one?
Yeah, I just can't get hyped for another Yoshi game. Like, Woolly World was okay, but it was still Yoshi and Kirby. And I know you guys, especially Mike, like loves Kirby, so forgive me here. But like Yoshi and Kirby for me are kind of like the light games on the spectrum of Nintendo games, and like they always seem to come out together, and they always seem to signify that it's going to be a particularly dry year for me in terms of games, just because
they usually come out at the end of a console's life cycle too.
Well, that's the other thing, but it's just like, I don't know, I don't want another Kirby and Yoshi, and Yoshi especially for me. Like, I like that I kind of got like the gameplay right. It was just the wrong series on the bingo card, because like there is like switching between the front and the back of the platformer thing, but it's just not that exciting. It's just another Yoshi game, and
it's very soon.
Well, yeah, and I just know it's going to be like a really... I hate to say this because it sounds so jaded, but I feel like I've kind of like outgrown the Yoshi series. Like that was a game I enjoyed when I was a really little kid, but I don't have enough to put me into it now. It's not hard enough for me, Like I need at least like Mario Brothers level of difficulty to be interested in a platformer.
Sure.
Anybody else want to tag off of that?
I mean...
It feels like we're safe in like just like Kirby's way too safe. It feels like it feels like Woolly World Part 2, except now it's cardboard instead of yarn, so we it up a little bit.
Am I the only one who hears Mike barfing up a robot over here?
Yeah, you're sounding robotic, Mike.
I could understand what you were saying, Mike, but you are probably going to want to drop and pop back in.
Okay, give me a second here.
We'll let you finish your point in a sec.
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of drop in here and add on to kind of what I said originally. Yeah, the mechanic to this game does get me interested. Like it kind of almost was your bingo guess, Lucas, the 2D to 3D kind of thing. It almost looks,
that kind of excited me.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Paper Mario-y type stuff. So that is interesting, but gosh, I just don't know if it's enough to like really get me going. I'm sure it's once I get the game and I hear the music and then you actually get to play the controls and Nintendo has that whimsical feel about it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. But
you're going to be forced
That's better.
into playing it anyway, so you might as well give it a go.
Sure.
All right, Mike, you want to finish up your thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or Eugene, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say exactly what you did.
Right. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it just feels super safe. And I'm sorry, my dad had to go to bed. That was awkward timing. But anyway,
No, you're fine.
like it feels super safe. It feels like Woolly World Part 2, but instead of yarn, it has cardboard. So we're moving up on the stability of Yoshi now. But it feels like, oh, hey, again, we're taking something that worked. And, I love Woolly World. It's cute. And Yoshi is always cute. So no matter what, it's going to be a good game. But it feels like they didn't try. Like it feels like right now, even Nintendo is giving them like their D-list effort. Like at least they're giving us games, but they're giving us like, oh, yeah, we know no one got a Wii U, so let's give you guys the Wii U games again with a little bit of a different twist to them, and play them this time. Just play them.
I'm gonna say something about what we're all kind of saying about the Yoshi game, about how it seems safe and too soon and all that. It's weird that we all regard Nintendo games and franchises in this way when every other console, every other developer comes out with a sequel that's more or less the same every year, every couple of years, and nobody bats an eye. And
okay, but we expect Nintendo to innovate, though.
But at the same time, we also want the systems to have games. So I mean, I totally agree with you that it seems really safe and not really anything groundbreaking. But if we wait for every groundbreaking game, then we're going to have large gaps between games. So maybe it's not truly exciting, but if everybody who liked Yoshi's Woolly World gets the new Yoshi, then that generates income and sales and interest for a little while.
And then we get another Woolly Yoshi, and next time we get a Yoshi game.
As long as
guys,
it's that bad.
Guys, I think the difference is that a lot of times the games that I think we're talking about that come out over and over again are games that primarily function on like an online capacity. They're not like 2D platformers or anything. Like, I mean, I try to think of other big name games that have sequels like BioShock or God of War. Like those come out frequently, but they don't come out every year. The games that come out every year, like Call of Duty and Titanfall 2, all that crap. But those are games that people play online together, and they're constantly looking for that new experience. Admittedly, they're rehashed, but I think it's kind of different with like a Yoshi platformer game. Like the only reason you're coming out with a new Yoshi game is so you can sell it to all the little kids who want to play a platformer without dying. Like, and no offense to people who want to play Yoshi. I'm sure there's a lot of adults who are going to enjoy Yoshi, but like, I think the core demographic for Yoshi are young kids. I know when I was a little kid, it was like my favorite series. So like frankly, I think that's kind of the... Well, yeah, again, girls think Yoshi is cute and all that, but...
Well, which is ironic because Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo and to a certain degree Yoshi's Woolly World are not easy games.
No.
Yeah, I would argue against
the other Yoshi.
And Yoshi's story is pretty damn dark.
Yeah, but Woolly World just gives you so many hand-holdy ways to like get through the game that, it's clear that they knew that there was going to be a younger demographic playing it. It's just odd to see those being the games that are getting churned out so frequently when we have to wait like 8 years for a new Zelda, Probably
because they're a lot easier to make.
Yeah.
Again, as long as the games are quality, I'm not opposed to them existing. Well, I may or may not get them or play them, but if it pads out the library enough that people see, oh look, there are still games coming out on the Switch while we wait for the next Zelda or Metroid, then whatever.
Yeah, I guess my gripe is just that I was hoping that the Switch would do a little more than padding, and so far I haven't really seen that with many of the games. I mean, like we've got ARMS coming out in a couple of days, and that's innovative.
I think Nintendo's overcompensating for the Wii U having no padding.
Yeah, and I understand that, but the Switch is a really exciting system, and I was super excited to get my Switch, more excited than I've been for like any other game system I've gotten so far. And this E3 was kind of like the first hit of reality for me. Like all of a sudden I realized it's still a Nintendo system and I'm still going to be getting, years of droughts with almost no good games to play and no third-party support. And like I think that's where a lot of the frustration came from for me with this E3. It's like this was kind of the dose of reality,
Yeah.
Let me tap onto that. 'Cause I had something to say, but this is a good time to bring it up. From Friday until October, we have one big game coming out on the Switch. We have ARMS in 2 days. We have Splatoon in July. We have Rabbids and Mario in August. We have Pokken in September. And we have Mario in October.
Guess I didn't even put that together.
Here's the thing. Around that, there's not a damn thing. It's drier than Lucas.
Oh, God.
It's drier than the Golden Girls.
Oh, God.
Oh, don't go there.
Go with me, please. On a live podcast. No, that's fine. You'll be getting some tonight.
I need to pick me up, Lucas. Give me a break. But fucking console. There's no third-party games. There's no nothing. We get Neo Geo games every other fucking week. Oh boy.
Okay. I have a counterpoint there. There are actually a shit ton of games coming between now and October. I have a list open, but they're games that nobody really cares about.
So that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say, Eugene. That's what I'm trying to say. We have a lot coming.
Well,
but
we have Sonic Mania coming in August. There's like Fate Excelia. Like there's a bunch of shit. Axiom Verge. There's like Pokken, there's NBA 2K is coming, there's a One Piece game that's coming. But like, are those like the big games? Maybe not. But like, there is a lot of stuff. But it just might not be for us, you know? Like, not everything is for everyone.
But the concerning point in that is that we're dedicated enough to the system to do a weekly podcast exclusively for one company. You'd think that we're kind of Nintendo's core audience, and at least like 2/3 of us are frustrated with like the lineup. Like that says something about how like I consider us a core group.
Absolutely.
Like how we feel about the releases. You know, it's kind of odd. It's a weird feeling.
Absolutely. And you know, your guys' disappointment is absolutely valid, because if you guys are disappointed, then there's going to be other people, Nintendo fans, that are disappointed just like you guys, you know? So clearly Nintendo rubbed some people wrong this E3. And that's something they're going to have to work on, you know? Like, if they want to keep everybody happy, keep everybody on an even keel, then something is going to have to change clearly. But what that is, I just don't know. I'm not...
Yeah,
there are currently 57 games on the American eShop, and a majority of them are multi-platform games or Neo Geo games. Like, some of them are pretty good. Like, Shantae's good. Disgaea is pretty good. Minecraft has an audience for some fucking reason. Steve.
Says the one that was playing it last week.
NBA Playgrounds is a... I'm not going to say if it's good or bad, but... And then you go down to like things like, Little Inferno. Fucking Neo Geo Turf Masters. Othello is a game that you can buy on the Switch. But like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, there's games you can play and someone's going to want to buy them, obviously. But like... You know, when it comes to like big AAA games that like, you know, people are trying to get hyped around and like get excited for. Who's getting excited for fucking Othello and Neo Geo compared to who's getting excited for Mario Odyssey? Like that's the thing. Like we get one big game a month for like the next 6 months, great. But like, what if we don't want Zelda? We don't want Mario or Pokken or ARMS and Splatoon. You know, what are our other options for the Switch aside from these third-party shovelware games or old games that are being put back on the Switch again? Options.
This is when I like being me, because I know that we always joke that I'm kind of the indie guy or the hipster of the group or whatever. But the fun thing about all these downloadable games that I like to play, because it's really all I have time for, is I've always got something coming out, and it's not always a $60 game I have to drop money on. Like,
that must be a good feeling.
I'm perfectly happy I spent as much money as I did on Zelda and got as much playtime as I did out of that. But you know...
Lucas and I enjoyed very much Vroom in a Night Sky for a week until we 100%, and now we're not going to play that again. And like, that's a $10 game we played for a week, and that was cool. But like, I don't want to... We bought that on a fucking whim. I'm not going to buy it.
And I get what you're saying, though, because it is hard to be hyped right now if you're looking for big games.
Yeah,
I can't deny that.
I'm surprised
always kind of my
have
thing.
An indies sizzle reel like we have the past couple of years.
Sure.
And guys, I just
Or
want to keep us
Humble Bundle.
I just want to keep us honest here, because we're at like an hour and 6 already, so we should probably wrap this up. But yeah, we kind of know where we all stand now. Steve, small games; Mike, big games. You know.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I guess that let's...
So it all comes down to size.
Believe it or not, we were talking about Yoshi there, so let's get out of Yoshi and let's...
Speaking of big games...
yeah, let's talk about our next item. Lucas, I think you're up.
Again, I'm going to keep this short because time is of the essence here. But Breath of the Wild's first DLC pack is coming June 30th. Yes, June 30th. That's really freaking soon. I think we were all kind of expecting it would be soon, but still, it's exciting. I mean, I know
I was expecting sooner.
Well, I know we all.
Yeah, me too.
But here's the thing: people say summer in video game lingo, and that really means August. Like anytime before August, I would have been excited. Winter means we're going to be getting the game in like February. So,
I just think dropping it during E3 would have been a great PR move for them. But
now, see, I find it funny that maybe it's because I don't really care that much about this DLC pack, but I find it funny that like I'm at least the third least salty member of the group when it comes to bad word, not salty. The third angriest member of the group when it comes to the DLC.
Sodium enriched.
You guys said salty, and my dog just started barking like, "Fuck you! I'm not salty."
to keep it short, basically, you already know what's coming out because you've been following Breath of the Wild DLC and this podcast for like the last 20 weeks. But yeah, it comes out really soon, and that's going to be cool. And the second thing we got was an official name and a little teaser trailer for the second DLC pack, which is going to be called The Champion's Ballad. And all we got from that was a little video of Cass saying, "Let me play you a song I know called The Champion's Ballad," or whatever. And they just showed like little scenes that we had kind of already seen of each of the 4 champions. And not to jump too much into Justin's territory toward the end of this conversation, but they're each getting their own amiibo. So who knows what those are going to do, but God, wouldn't it be fun if we could like dress as or play as the champions? So,
yeah, that was my question.
Speaking of we know what they do now, and we now know what some of the DLC costumes do from DLC Pack 1, and if you're expecting something new, guess what? If you enjoy playing as Tingle, I hope you enjoy having Night Speed.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like they're going to kind of phone in the bonuses from the set packs, like kind of like they've been doing. I mean, most of the amiibo sets just give you like an increased Master Sword boost, so don't expect anything revolutionary. You're not going to get like extra Rivali's Gale from Tingle or something.
But like, yeah, well, obviously, but like this is a time where they can be like, oh, hey, here's some cool new stuff. Like,
yeah. I think Breath of the Wild kind of is what it is, and we're probably not going to see too much in the way of innovation from it, maybe with the winter DLC, but don't expect Breath of the Wild to totally turn over and become something that it isn't. It is what it is, and I think Nintendo's happy with that.
I think the Korok mask is a big thing for the game, because that's something I think we all wanted, was something to help us find the Koroks. I'm fine with the Fierce Deity basically being the attack boost, because I hate the Barbarian armor to begin with.
But that's not DLC, Fierce Deity.
Well, okay. Yeah, it's not DLC, but it's coming out the same time, so...
Yeah, it's just like, Majora's Mask probably isn't going to do anything special. The Midna's little crown, her shadow crown, whatever it's called, isn't probably going to do anything special. They're costumes. They're things to make the game a little bit more fun, but they're probably not going to add a lot of extra time to your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me just say this as a former Monster Hunter. Like, I have like 5 different armor sets, and they all do different things, and if I want a certain skill, I go for a certain armor. Like, I don't get 5 different armors because they all have the same skills on them.
Yeah, and admittedly, it's not that hard to code in a few extra properties. I mean, like, and I know that Breath of the Wild is a massive game and it's on an entirely different scale, but you know, you tweak your character's speed, you can tweak your character's ability to jump, you can tweak your stamina usage, you can tweak power, you can tweak defense. Those are all minor changes that really don't take a lot of effort. So I don't know. It's kind of too bad that there wasn't a little bit more creativity with that. I know we've had some fun theories.
Yeah, I've almost got no opinion of this just because I don't use armor the same way that you guys seemingly do, because I just upgraded my stuff. Like, that was one of the last things that I've done, and then since then I kind of put the game down. So I don't know, maybe getting this new armor will kind of revitalize that and help me, want to upgrade all my shit again. But
I've probably spent most of my gameplay time finding stuff to upgrade my armor, so this is good for me.
Exploring for the armor will be fun, but getting it won't be cool.
Yeah.
Well, using it won't be cool.
Right. No, I'm excited to flaunt around my Tingle outfit. I'm gonna rock that all day, all night long, every night.
Flaunt is about right.
Tingle outfit.
I'm just curious. I'm curious what Zelda's possessed armor will do though.
Probably enhanced attack.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's
Damn
get
it.
out of DLC.
Or
guys.
maybe, Guardian Defense,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because it looks like that.
we're getting long in the tooth. So Zelda DLC is coming June 30th. Be excited, be hyped. Lastly, though, Justin, I wanted you to touch on the Champions Ballad stuff that they were talking about that's coming in Holiday. The little snippet that we got.
Okay, so we're not discussing Metroid or Mario Odyssey then. Okay.
Wait, did I say that?
No,
well, you said
he meant talk
lastly.
about the he
lastly
meant
on
talk
this
about
DLC
the
stuff.
DLC.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Then I guess as long as we're on the topic, yeah. So they showed off a bunch of new amiibo coming out, including there are going to be amiibo for the 4 champions. We were actually discussing before the show started. Urbosa has a very awkwardly placed stand.
Yeah.
Her pose,
and the fact that she's kind of doing a not Madonna, Marilyn Monroe pose doesn't help any.
Yeah.
No, I had a crush on Urbosa to begin with, so this is just icing on the cake for me.
Right. So did you guys get the chance to see the Champions Ballad little snippet that they put at the end? Do you guys kind of have any theories of how that DLC is going to work? Because I
do.
It seems to me that it's pretty obviously going to be like a prequel, right, or something like that.
I was gonna say either a flashback or either you flashback to Link 100 years ago, or you play as the champions themselves.
Yeah, because they didn't even show Link at all in that trailer. So maybe you'll actually play as Zelda or one of the champions. That'd be great.
I actually had a theory on that we talked about offline that I wanted to share with the listeners. I think that this is going to be basically the taming of the divine beast the first time around. So you kind of had to tame them after Calamity Ganon took them over in the main game. And it seems like in the story, there was something about they were trying to figure out how they worked or taming him or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly. I think this is going to be the 4 champions each trying to, tame their respective beast or learn how to use it or whatever they're trying to do.
Can I tack onto that?
Yes.
I hope they do some kind of alternate storyline shit, like where you take over the divine beast and like when the Calamity Ganon comes in and tries to kill you, you beat Ganon. And you don't end up dying as one of the champions.
That would be fun.
That would be really cool.
Like what if the Champions Ballad? Like what if you go up and you talk? Now we're all tacking on. You go up and you talk to Cass, and he plays you the song, and like Zelda music has mystical properties, and like you're able to like possess the champions and negate like fate 100 years ago or something like that.
That would be cool.
That.
Or we know that Ganon ultimately, beat the champions because that's how you end up where you are in the world. But, why is it the first time we see Calamity Ganon, he's just this wispy, dragony thing? Maybe there's an explanation as to why he seems disembodied in the beginning of the game.
Zelda has contained him a little bit. That's
maybe there's a last stand where the champions do severely weaken him, just not enough.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure they talk about in the story that Zelda gets into the castle and fights Ganon, and she weakens him, but not enough. That's why he's partially embodied.
Anyway, so new amiibo for the 4 champions. Should I talk about the other amiibo on here as long as we're?
Yeah, why don't you just go ahead and get the amiibo discussion out of the way here too, because there was a ton of amiibo announced this E3. That's for sure.
Yes, their new Fire Emblem amiibo of Chrom and Tiki, which means nothing to me. So moving on. Metroid is going to get a new Samus with her in the pose that she's standing in. The crouching pose with her gun arm up from the Metroid 2 cover, and an actual Metroid amiibo, which looks incredibly awesome. It's I think it's the baby Metroid breaking out of the capsule.
God, I have to have
and it's squishy.
And it's squishy. Yes, that's icing on the cake. I want anyway, but
do need both of those.
Yes. And we're also
in a 2-pack. Sorry,
that would be cool. We're also getting new amiibo in the Super Mario series. We're getting a Goomba and a Koopa Troopa, which look like a Goomba and a Koopa Troopa. And we're also getting Mario, Peach, and Bowser in their wedding formal wear. And they showed some close-ups on the treehouse, and they've got kind of a pearlescent finish to them, and Mario's in his top hat and tails, and I just need these in my collection, so awesome, especially Mario.
Did they call him? Is that like wedding suit Mario or something like that?
I think that's what they called it, okay. But yeah, because the story behind Mario Odyssey is these evil wedding planners take over New Donk City or something like that. I don't know. It's a Mario game. Plot is kind of pointless, but
sure. Right.
But it's nice. It's nice when they put enough thought into it to make it, a little goofy.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, speaking of that, did you happen to catch on what the bridal company is called? Like
I forget.
Evil people. It's called Brutal, like Broodal, like a play off of bridal and brutal.
Right.
And then awesome. also brood, as in like the group of rabbits, like they call it a brood and stuff. It's like a 3-way entendre, man. That shit's deep as fuck.
That is, God,
and they look like the Koopalings in rabbit form.
Yeah,
they do.
Nintendo loves to do that kind of stuff, put in all this incidental bullshit, but that really makes it go a long way. I really love that kind of stuff. Okay, so it looks like we're kind of done with amiibos. But before we get out of there, I mean, which one do you guys want the most? I already ordered a Mifa for myself, and I want to get the Metroid one. So those are the 3 that I definitely want to get.
Yeah, if I get one of the champions, I'm gonna have to get them all. But Mifa is my favorite. So
same.
Yeah, same.
I ordered all 4 champions because I gotta have all my Zelda amiibos.
Right.
I'm gonna get Falco, Rivali, and then I'm gonna get Metroid.
And the Goomba's pretty cool looking too.
And by the way, for those of you wanting the Samus and Metroid amiibos, they do come in a 2-pack.
That's so exciting.
Where did you find them?
Everything's on Best Buy right now. Everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Opening the app now. All right, Eugene.
We'll see you in about 10 minutes, Justin.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing that you're up next, Steve.
Is that a reference to our previous conversation?
Oh, God.
I hope.
All right, Steve. Looks like you're up. So why don't you take this next little bit of duo of news that we've got here?
Well, this will be quick. At the Microsoft conference, now I realize what show I'm on. But they announced that Minecraft is coming out with an update. I think it's called the Better Together update. And what they're going to do is they're going to update it so cross-platform let's try that again. Words. Cross-platform play will be a thing.
Wait, I heard that it wasn't going to be a thing.
Okay, well here's the deal. Windows 10, okay, Windows 10, Xbox One, mobile.
Following you so far.
Switch.
Okay, sounds good.
All of those are going to be compatible with each other.
So I can play with you on my Switch and you on your Vita, right?
We'll get there. PlayStation was conspicuously absent from this announcement. Okay. Now, there was another article I just read this afternoon, right before we started the show, that says in order to do the cross-platform play, you have to sign in with an Xbox Live account. It didn't say Gold. It just said Xbox Live account.
Better not be Gold.
For Nintendo owners that are wanting to do this, they will make an option available that will enable it so you can sign into an Xbox Live account on your Switch to play with the other versions.
Correct me if I'm wrong. As long as you have an Outlook, my Skype is connected to my my Hotmail email, so I'm pretty sure I can use that as
that
precisely, exactly. Or any Windows login will also work.
I guarantee more people have an Xbox account than they realize, so it's not a big deal.
Exactly. And the way this is going to work is they're going to update the Windows 10 and the mobile versions, and they're going to give Switch owners a new version that we'll be able to download for free, and all of our DLC, worlds, and progress will transfer over to the new version seamlessly.
Okay.
So that was the that was the Minecraft announcement. Then the makers of Rocket League announced at the Nintendo conference that Rocket League is coming to Switch. Rocket League is going to support cross-platform play between Steam, Xbox One, and Switch. So again, what's missing? Sony. I read an article that Justin sent me, and I was trying to find it to read on the show, and I can't remember where it was or what chat it was in, so sorry about that. But
Do you want me to recap it for you? I can't remember what they said.
Well, more or less what they said was Sony didn't want to do it at this time. Did I read that wrong, Mike?
Yeah, basically what Sony said, you're on the right track. What Sony said is, like for Minecraft especially, Minecraft's main audience, while everybody is for kids, but it's mostly for kids. And because of that, have this infrastructure where, they guarantee the safety of, people playing on their platforms.
Right.
When it comes to like Nintendo stuff, they can't guarantee protection over there, so they're not safe letting that crossplay happen with Minecraft and Rocket League.
Which is funny because Nintendo's letting them do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said in response to that, because they brought that up, they're like, yeah, that's true, and they can do their own thing and stuff, but that's not how we're gonna do it.
Wow.
Now here's the problem. Anybody know what the top selling game of all time is at the moment?
Is it going to be... If it's Minecraft, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Monster Hunter Double Cross.
Minecraft. Minecraft is the top selling game of all time, and Sony's not playing nice with that game. This isn't going to end well for them. Between Minecraft not being crossplay and Rocket League not being crossplay, Sony's in a world of hurt right now, just like Capcom.
Tell you what, I'll make a trade with them. Sony can get crossplay on Minecraft, and we can get Monster Hunter back. I think that's fair for everyone.
I'm good with that. Then I don't have to cancel my PlayStation Plus account, which I'm doing at this time.
Okay, so let's kind of dissect all this shit. So basically, the one company that you would think that wouldn't play nice, Nintendo, is the one that's kind of leading the charge in all this shit. Them and Microsoft, like, how crazy is that?
I have a hypothesis about this.
I'm listening.
Microsoft has not been doing well against Sony this generation, and let's face it, Nintendo's kind of in the ditch as far as the consoles. I have a feeling this is because Microsoft and Nintendo have never been direct competitors. I mean, they've kind of peacefully coexisted this long. I think they're kind of looking at each other like, hey, Sony's kind of kicking our asses. Here's something we can do, for each other that isn't going to, violating sort of antitrust agreement, but also will give us a leg up on Sony, who doesn't want to play nice.
It's just like in the real world, PlayStation and Xbox would have the connection, and Nintendo would be the one left out. But we're living in bizarro world where Donald Trump is president, and Nintendo and Microsoft are playing nice with each other. So
human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
But the funny thing is this is not the first time this has happened, or the second for that matter. There was a third instance of Sony blocking crossplay on a game. And I had it earlier, I just can't remember what it was. So if I think of it, I'll post it to Twitter or something. But this is the third time Sony's done this.
About the Microsoft and Nintendo have actually worked together a few times because Rare has kind of bounced back and forth between them. Rare was able to make Game Boy Advance and DS games while they were owned by Microsoft, and some of Rare's Nintendo 64 games that Nintendo presumably had some stake in ended up on the Rare Replay. So,
right, yeah, that's true, and it was an amicable trade. So they have always kind of had at least somewhat of a relationship. I just want to say, Steve, I love that you're the most quiet member of the podcast right up until we start talking Minecraft, and then you're just like a box. You're like a box of knowledge.
I was livid, and here's why.
Box boy.
Minecraft is one of the only games I played online until I met the four of you and started playing Monster Hunter and Switch and, Puyo and all these other games that we're playing. So when Minecraft came to Switch, I know, well, yeah. So when Minecraft came to Switch, I'm like, great. I can play it the way I originally wanted to play it. The whole reason I started playing it was to play it on the go and at home on the same world. Well, that was never realized with the PlayStation. And then when Nintendo did it, I'm like, great, I've got my new console.
Mm-hmm.
Well, crap, now I lose my Minecraft friends on PlayStation because I'm playing on Switch. And then I was like, oh, hey, now they're doing crossplay. Oh, wait, Sony's not part of that because they're being assholes about it.
Well, I promise
and
you.
the whole Microsoft Sony thing, like if you've kept your eye to the sky, isn't too like crazy news, because like a while, not like this week or so, Microsoft put out like a survey for their like for their members and stuff of some random thing, like a fan survey email, and one of the questions in there was like, oh, how are you enjoying the Nintendo Switch? Like, are you going to buy one? Are you playing one and stuff? Oh, you know, they're going to copy the Switch, you know, they're going to take all that stuff. It's probably because of this, you know, like, hey, you know, we're going to have some crossplay, and are you interested? Do you like your Switch? You know, things like that.
Well, the funny thing is, go ahead, Lucas, you were going to make a point, and then I'm going to make a point.
Well, I was just going to say that I promise you, Steve, that when it's like, it's what, $30 now?
Yeah.
I promise you, when it's like $10, when it goes on like crazy sale, I will pick it up and you can teach me how to Minecraft.
I will let you know because I see their tweets.
Yes, when it goes on sale for a considerable discount, I will pick it up again.
And because now we need something to do now that we're not playing the game that shall not be named. So I guess we'll put that time into Minecraft. Guess we'll start living our lives.
For some of you newer listeners, and I see a buddy of mine just signed on, one of my Minecraft buddies actually. What's up, Chance? But for those of you that know me, you'll know that Nintendo is my primary console, but Sony has been my secondary console since PlayStation 3 and Vita. I've been an Active Plus member since 2012 was when it started. So the fact that I'm ditching it at this point kind of says a lot. And I'm not the only Sony, you know, person that's pissed off about this.
Sure.
You wanted to say fanboy, didn't you?
I did, and I almost did.
And so I'm remembering back to what the original game that wouldn't support cross-platform was, that you were trying to remember, Steve, and that was the CD Projekt Red game Gwent, the card game from The Witcher 3. That game was in open beta, and last year CD Projekt Red said that they actually had the ability to crossplay between Xbox One and the PS4, and all Sony had to do was give the okay, and they never have, and now we see that they probably never will.
Yeah, they refuse to.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably more time than we need to spend on Sony, but I've been waiting to vent about that on air.
Right. Do you notice a theme to every one of our points tonight where like we come out of it and we're like, it'll be quick, this will be a quick one, and then like 20 minutes later we're like, well, that was probably a little more than we needed to get into.
Did I say
welcome
this
to every
quick?
discussion we ever have about anything?
Sure. Okay, so let's move on, guys, for the sake of time. So the next little bit of news is actually some good news, guys. Mario Odyssey. Mike, why don't you take this one away? Why don't you lift all of our spirits?
I'm going to need 10 minutes.
Did you, real quick, I sent you guys a tweet. I tagged you on this tweet that I found earlier. It was fucking great.
Yeah, I tweeted something similar to that earlier today. Or yesterday.
And our listeners have no idea what we're talking about.
If you follow us on Twitter,
Justin,
MP3 players.
You need to see Justin. Look at the last image because it's different from what you were sharing earlier. Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey. That's exciting because I said it was going to be delayed. It's been pushed up.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I take full humbleness on that one. Like I was totally ready to be like, oh hey, Mario Odyssey looks pretty good. It's gonna look better in 2018 when it comes out. No, fucking October 27th. Like that's nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
That's gonna be good. Really good.
Super fast.
And like at first, like here's how I responded to Mario Odyssey at first. The show does like the trailer starts as big open lush green and I'm like, oh cool, it's green, it's lush, I like this, it's probably Mario Odyssey. And then I saw the back of a dinosaur. In my head, I'm like, and this is what happened in my head. I was still so bitter when I saw the back of that dinosaur. I'm like, oh, that's that dinosaur monster they showed off in Monster Hunter. We're getting a fucking like a cartoony looking Monster Hunter world. I'll take it. I'm not angry anymore. It's world, yay! And then dinosaur roars, and it's a normal T-Rex. I'm like, okay, well, there goes that. And then, boom, here comes a fucking Mario hat, and I'm like, the fuck is this?
Can I say I thought we were getting a Fossil Fighters for the Switch for the first minute and a half. I saw it and I was like, oh god, Fossil Fighters, who gives a crap?
I'm like, yeah, that's what I saw that. I'm like, okay, Rolling Dinosaur, we got 5 minutes in this director. They're gonna end it on Fossil Fighters. Mario hat.
I thought we were getting a Monster Hunter.
The Mario hat. I'm like, the fuck is this? And all of a sudden they show off this trailer, and it's like, if you'd ever had like really good drugs, that is what this trailer like. It felt like it was a rush of like.
There goes another sponsor.
No radio, not to support the use of drugs, unless we're illegal in your state.
Hey man, NyQuil's legal everywhere.
God.
Anyway, okay, let me rephrase that for the edited version. If you ever had like really crazy pipe dreams, like you have really weird dreams that fall asleep like I do.
I think I'm in one right now.
Take three.
No, we don't want to take 3, man. It's not gonna get much. Like,
oh god.
Like, okay, if you've seen those really weird TV interviews on the news, like the whole like that whole fucking, I ain't having none of that or whatever it was, like that crazy black lady with the teeth falling out, like whatever that interview was, like the crazy shit you see on the internet. That's what Mario Odyssey was. Crazy shit on the internet. Yep. Fucking, they show you riding around New Dong City is what I felt like after this is over. New Dong City on a moped. Like Mario has begun running in Mario Kart to Mario Moped. We've gone metrosexual up in this bitch. And all of a sudden, he throws his hat at something, at a frog. He throws his hat at a frog, and all of a sudden, Mario goes on his acid trip. He falls into the frog, and all of a sudden, Mario's a frog. And I think, okay. And then Mario is a frog, and a Goomba, and a Bullet Bill, and a normal human being who's not fat.
And a Koopa Troopa.
And awkward and like computer cartoony.
Yeah, how weird is it that they have humans next to the human-esque Mario?
This is Sonic Adventure Mario, bro. Like, I'm fully expecting them to be like 500 of the same design, and you walk into them really fast, and they do a tight little jump like they do in Sonic Adventure. They go, ooh.
It's like the Goofy and Pluto paradox, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then like you possess like a fucking Potaboo that comes out of a cannon, and then you possess a cannon. It's like, what can't you possess? You possess a fucking fire hydrant, man.
It's like,
you know, there's right, and it's just crazy, man. Like, I'm enjoying the fact that you can do all this stuff, and it's like Galaxy, but if Galaxy was good.
Exactly, they finally sold me.
Like Galaxy, but go on.
Eugene, shut up. Gentis is talking.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on this one.
I'm just saying they finally sold me. I was watching Nintendo Treehouse today while I was at work. When my boss came in, that was fantastic. But I was watching Treehouse, and I'm watching this level, and it's just like Mario Galaxy, minus the gravity mechanics. Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted. I wanted an evolution of Mario Galaxy. I just didn't realize that was it until I saw the trailer. And the game,
and then they even showed some like some 2D Mario segment. Like Mario was like a little 2D Mario running like up and down a castle. That was pretty cool.
That made me very happy.
Yeah, and then they go out and they show all these little different costumes Mario can wear, and some of them are actually important. Like they showed a screenshot on Twitter, probably on Treehouse too, where like some human was talking to Mario, and he's like, "Oh, this building's only open to construction crew right now," and then all of a sudden he's wearing his Mario Maker costume, and he can go in there, and then. That was cool. And they show off like old costumes from like Mario Picross and NES Open and Yoshi's Cookie. And it's crazy, man. All the cool shit they got in here. And it even accepts every amiibo so far.
Really? I didn't catch that part.
Well, they said that in the the Treehouse today. And they're like, oh, are they all going to do something special? Probably not. You're not going to get some fucking like Monster Hunter stories. I'm sorry, censored game amiibo functionality, but like they'll give you something out of it, like probably coins and stuff. So like that's a feature we didn't need, but it's cool. And they all but confirm multiplayer of some sort, so that's pretty cool.
I love the fact that this game is everything I've been wanting in a Mario game for the past 3 years. It's open world. It combines 2D and 3D. Yeah, I mean, they're. Yeah, I'm just so excited about this. I am determined to have a Switch by the time this game comes out because I need it in my life. I don't care if I get nothing else for the Switch until next E3. I want Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey is the reason I'm keeping my Switch right now. Like after this week, like if Odyssey wasn't coming out for another year or so, I'd be like, well, fuck it. I mean, I don't need this shit no more. But like, and like at the end of the trailer for Odyssey, during a direct, like they show Pauline singing like the Mario Odyssey theme song. That was Pauline, and then like people even found like it. People even found like a hidden like Easter egg in the music, like it's like sound effects from Donkey Kong Arcade and stuff.
I like that literally everyone picked up on the fact that was Pauline except me. Like I saw Justin write it in the group chat, and I'm like, this guy is an idiot.
Lucas, I didn't see it either until I watched the trailer with my wife, and I'm like, holy fuck, Justin was right.
Yeah, I just thought
apparently she's the mayor of New Donk City, so that explains.
You know what that makes me feel like though?
So crazy.
I feel like Bowser isn't the end boss in this game, but it's New Donk City. Pauline's the mayor. Donkey Kong has some kind of like
little bait and switch going on here.
Yeah, Donkey. I feel like DK's like the crime lord and stuff. You know, like the kingpin of like.
Hey, I'm calling it now. Donkey Kong 64 2 E3 2018.
No good grief.
It didn't work out this year. Better try again next time. So like fucking
vitality sensor confirmed.
Oh my god. HD Rumble vitality sensor. You can feel your heartbeat in the controller.
I also love that all the like construction equipment looks like the Donkey Kong levels, and like it really. I was so waiting for some other Donkey Kong reference to come into play because they're really
hope the DK rap is in there somewhere as some kind of Easter egg. Like, you know, like you
I doubt it.
Somewhere.
I'm pretty sure Grant Kirkhope bought up all the rights to that song permanently.
But you know what though? Like it's cool. Like I'm not talking about that anymore. But like, you know, New Donk City, we're talking about that all the time. Is like this big overworld. But there's other places there's other kingdoms you can go to. They talk about like in the treehouse is more kingdoms you can go to. They're affected by how you progress through the game. Like this, that, and the other thing. Odyssey is pretty cool. Like that's what cheered me up at this direct right now. Like that's what cheered me up in this podcast. I'm not a total angry person anymore. Just kidding, I still am.
And we haven't done Nintendo's yet, so.
Yeah. Shit. Which reminds me, let's
close
out our Odyssey thoughts before we go until 5-hour podcast here. So.
Might be.
I think we can probably leave out our E3 impressions.
I actually think we know. We've kind of gotten those out in the show, haven't we?
I'm pretty pissed at E3. E3 in total sucked, and Nintendo was terrible, but Odyssey was cool.
Kiss my ass.
Okay, so Odyssey done. We all think it looks good. I think I could speak for everybody and say that we're all probably gonna get it.
Yep. Day one, my friend. Day one.
So yeah, that's
even if I don't have a Switch, I'm gonna get it just to look at it.
You can lick your cartridge and you'll know how.
I'm getting it at 10 p.m. Utah time, which is when it comes out on the eShop.
Nice. I'm probably gonna go physical for most of my Switch games going forward because I like I said in the group chat, me and my girlfriend are discussing getting another Switch possibly. So digital is pretty much going to be out for me going here forward, I think. So, but that's not a bad thing, I guess.
Not to mention the cost of memory cards when you get that big.
Yeah, and then I get the discount on Amazon. Like, there's a lot of benefits going physical. So,
yeah.
Anyway,
and yet you'll only be able to bring one game at a time with you unless you have a clunky carrying case. Go on.
All right.
We're just throwing my opinion and then move us on to the next
look much better than any of the portable ones I've seen.
I so wish. So last point on that, I so wish Nintendo would just let me like create
download your games.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, on 2 different systems. But I know that's not a thing. I haven't even looked it up, and I know that's not a thing. I know I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I'm just gonna have to go physical. So anyways, moving on, we're going to talk about a game that got announced after the Spotlight presentation. So Justin, why don't you take this topic, which I think is actually our final news topic.
Oh, no, we're not done yet.
And let me just say again.
No, remember that's a different than my beginning. Than my initial.
So apparently it's 2003 all over again. Because we're getting 2 Metroid games, a console first-person shooter, and a portable. Well, I guess Zero Mission was a few years after Fusion, and a portable traditional 2D Metroid as well. And between Mario and Metroid: Samus Returns, that pretty much made my E3. None of the rest of it mattered enough to me to feel passionately one way or the other about it, but these 2 got me so excited that I'm happy enough for what Nintendo had to show. It is a reimagining of Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. It's got.
Let's not get into semantics here.
It's 2.5D. Got all sorts of new features and new weapons, new items, new layouts, new everything. Metroid 2 has always been like a sore spot for me because it's probably the Metroid game I've spent the most time playing, and yet it's easily the worst.
It's the only 2D Metroid. It's the only Metroid that's not Prime that I've never beaten. I mentioned that in the group chat earlier too.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for years. Of course, they had the AMR2 fan remake that just got shut down. Now we know why. Yeah. And I was really excited about that. But this is the one I've been waiting for.
Okay, so to kind of temper expectations here, have you heard who the developer is on this game?
Not Retro.
Yeah, and you know what? I looked it up earlier, and I forgot who it was.
So their name is Mercury Stream. They haven't done much, but the game that stands out in their library to me is the Castlevania Lords of Shadow, the Mirrors of Fate game that came out a couple of years ago for 3DS. It wasn't terrible, but it was just like kind of mediocre. So I'm hoping that now that they have Nintendo backing them instead of fucking Konami, that
and Castlevania was one of those franchises at one point, like we were talking about, that you got a new game in the series every year or so. Sure. And some of them were hits, some of them were misses. Yeah. So, we haven't gotten a Metroid game in like centuries. So I'm pretty sure Nintendo's keeping a really close eye on this.
I gotta say, to kind of counter the tempered expectations, just from the little gameplay that I saw in the trailer, it looks like a really solid game. Oh, sure. Somebody on here was talking about. Sure. Somebody here was talking about in the chat on the live stream. They were talking about how they loved, the really cool. They called it like MMA style fighting you could do in Other M. And there's this scene where you take a monster and you just kind of like bash into it and jump in the air and like slam it by the tail. And I'm like, it looks like the closest thing I've seen to Other M so far. So that excites me. Like this,
it seems like a strange thing to carry over into the franchise, but whatever spices up the combat, because combat has never been all that exciting in a Metroid game. Most of the enemies are just obstacles. So
this game was probably my favorite announcement that I didn't already like. Obviously, Mario Odyssey is like the 10 out of 10 game, but this game was probably my favorite surprise announcement. Just above Etrian Odyssey 5, because I'm a sucker for that series. But it just looks really good.
I was listening to Treehouse Live while I was driving to Chance's store Tuesday, and I heard the music that kind of played. I had to pull over to see what the hell was going on.
Well, I got the group chat text, and Justin's like, they're making a 2D Metroid. It's everything I've ever wanted. And I'm like, well, guess that's okay.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think we're all pretty excited about this one.
Those of us who enjoy Metroid,
almost all of us, anyway.
I'm excited. I didn't care for that Lords of Shadow 3DS game, so I'm little. That's the only thing that worries me. But they're under Nintendo's wing instead of Konami, so I have faith.
Could be worse. Could be Capcom.
Oh god.
I do have to say though, the one thing that bugged me with this reveal was that we're getting Prime on the Switch and this on the 3DS. I was really hoping that like the next Metroid that I wanted to let me just finish real quick. I was really hoping that the next Metroid that I really wanted to play was going to be on the Switch, because like all I want to do is use my Switch right now. I don't want to use my 3DS anymore, and they keep making me use my 3DS because like all the good games are on 3DS. No offense to Prime lovers, but I can't do Prime.
And I think Nintendo's trying to stress the fact that they're not completely abandoning the dedicated portables market. I think it's just going to be something different.
I just wish that it was like Yoshi and Kirby coming to the 3DS and like Metroid coming to the Switch.
That would make more sense. But I'm really happy that they actually talked about the depth, the stereoscopic 3D is going to be a thing. They said that I didn't get a chance to watch the actual 3D trailer in the eShop, but apparently it
looks amazing.
Yeah, and that was one of my favorite things is when they do that. I bought Donkey Kong Country Returns again for the 3DS just because I felt like that game could benefit from the depth, and so that's got me excited for a reason to turn that the slider back up.
Keep in mind, too, when you watch that trailer the first time, if you go back and watch the Donkey Kong Country trailer and the Link Between Worlds trailer that were done in that same style where you download it, they look fuzzier than the actual game looks when it's done.
Yeah, and you also can't adjust the depth on videos. It's either on or off.
Right.
Well, that's cool. It would have been better for me if it was a brand new Metroid title, but I'm still excited. Like, I'm definitely going to get it. I've been clamoring for a 2D Metroid, like, when was the last one? Was it Fusion, I guess?
It was Fusion. It was a long-ass time ago.
No, Zero Mission.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Zero Mission came out.
Oh, really? That came out after Fusion?
So literally the last 2D Metroid was the last reimagining of a 8-bit Metroid.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice to see that we're getting a remake of a game that like desperately needs it, because like I said, I never beat this one, and I beat like every other Metroid, and there's a reason for that. It's really slow and clunky, and maybe Steve will disagree with me because he says it's the only one he's ever beaten. But
oh god, no,
like,
it's clunky.
It's awful.
It's just like you gotta look up an online guide. You gotta find all the Metroids one by one. You gotta keep track of which ones you've done. It's terrible. It's like playing the game is literally just like reading a game facts article and going.
And there's no colors, so it's so or map, so it's so easy to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's going to be nice to see. It's going to be nice to see a remake for that, because the first one, like, I have trouble playing Metroid on the NES. I much preferred it when they came out with Zero Mission. I could actually play the first game like a real video game, because like those original games were a little hard to swallow.
Yeah.
To be fair, I never looked up an online guide for Metroid 2. I just played the same file for almost 14 years before
Me too! Every time I picked up the game after however many years it had been, I'm like, okay, where the fuck am I? Where am I supposed to be going?
Yeah.
Yep.
And eventually just stumbled into the Queen Metroid's lair. I'm like, oh, hey, I finally beat it.
I don't know if I picked up a FAQ when I played it. I must have, I guess. But I played it on an emulator the first time with save states, so I think that might have helped.
Actually, you know what I found is save states can actually be a hindrance in a Metroid game, because if you accidentally go the wrong way for an hour and you left the save state like 5 minutes ago, it's tons of backtracking. Whereas if you don't have save states, you just go to the last, save room, which may have been 45 minutes ago.
Interesting.
Fair enough. Okay, guys. Well, we did it. We got out of the E3-ness, and we are on the other end, and we don't hate each other. Well, at least I don't hate you guys. Does any of y'all hate me yet?
A little, but I'm getting over it.
I
wish we speed this up a little bit.
Oh my god.
I'm watching the trailer now, by the way.
Unrelated stuff is happening. Let's hurry up and get to the break so I can talk to you guys about stuff that isn't on the podcast.
We don't have time for a break. Let's just roll.
Yeah. Well, I think that now is as good a time as any to like transition over. I do need to change my settings real quick for Nintendoons, so let's take a little break. Then we'll roll into Nintendoons, and Lucas can tell us all about.
I need to pee, but Lucas, I'm listening.
Okay, so I've been playing Pokemon Sun and Moon. This will be your in between, and I've been grinding the Elite Four because I'm trying to get my Slow King up to level 100 before tomorrow's battle. I'm at level 91. I'm going to get there, but I just encountered that trainer Ryuki, who's like, you know, the random one that has like no backstory. I hear my voice, but like I'm super excited because I've been doing this fight for like.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm switching my settings. Keep going. I'm sorry.
This is like my 60th time doing the Elite Four, and I'm finally getting this trainer that like you never see anywhere else in the game, and I'm super pumped for it. And I only have like 2 living Pokemon because I didn't bring revives, but this is really cool.
I've never even heard of this trainer.
Yeah, he wears like all red and he has like this wolf cap kind of thing. Like, Google him.
Huh.
I think he uses dragon types, but I'm not sure.
And it's a hidden trainer in the Elite Four?
Yeah, here, I'll send you a photo. Well, if I can.
Yeah, text me.
Yeah, he's using a Garchomp.
Strange. I've never heard about this trainer.
Yeah,
What is this, the missing no of this generation?
Why haven't they brought Missing No to Pokemon Go yet?
Because nobody wants to lose their Pokemon Go save file.
Couldn't you like actually get him in that version that came out on the eShop somehow or something like that?
I have no idea.
Okay, let me test this real quick. Lucas, I'm concerned that you were hearing your voice there, so when I switch my settings, you guys talk and hopefully don't hear yourselves. Let me see, I've got to put this one on voice meter, I got to put this one on cable. Somebody say something. We're good? Okay, how about this sound? Can you guys hear that? Mike gets the first Nintendoons point. Shit. This Nintendoons I feel is going to be hopefully quick, so let's get it rolling. I do have to switch my voice meter setting, or my Audacity setting, which means that I'm going to have to require you guys to clap here. But let me switch it to voice meter. Let me start another track in Audacity. Is it picking up? Yes, it is. That's good. Well, will you guys say something to make sure that... Oh, good. It's not picking up Justin talking. Let me just start that Metroid music again. YouTube. Because my... And it's picking that up. Fair enough. Okay, guys, let's get started. If you guys wouldn't mind, let's do a clap first, so then I can sync up with myself at during the show. So in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Lucas, what was your clap at? Okay, I should only need yours because all your guys' are going to be synced up anyway, so that should be fine. So, I'm hosting, so I guess I'll just talk about Nintendoons myself. Are you guys ready to rock and roll? Okay, well, if you do, that's fine. We'll hopefully... Yeah, we'll plug you at the end. Okay, guys, we're back. We're here with Nintendoons. God damn it, that was a long section talking about E3, but I guess what do you expect when, it's the biggest video game conference around. So we did it, and we came back on the other side, and we're going to play a little game of Nintendoons. So, guys, I am hosting for the first time in a few weeks, so have fun with that. I didn't really have a theme. I started off picking all Wii U games, so there's about 4 or 5 of those. But then I got bored, and I started picking other games. So, yeah. Pretty much. We're gonna start with what I think is probably gonna be an easier track. So let's see if you guys can figure it out. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, I forgot to set my setting here. Set as default. Okay, hopefully this will open up. Sure as fuck is. Bayonetta. I guess I shouldn't have gone with the opening demo first, but, I fucked up. Okay, Justin. Oh, okay. Well, let me fix that first. Bye. See ya, Justin. Okay, so let me fix this for Nintendo Fan here. Oh, that's why. Voice meter is now set as default. Nintendo. Yeah, let always fucking shit. Okay. Awesome. That works. Okay, so Nintendo Fan, let us know if you can't hear us. Otherwise, we're going to move on to the next game here. Alright. Oh, God. Mike's got that goddamn point. This game is a game that I played when I was a child. I'm going to let you know right away that it's a licensed track, so good luck. You motherfucker! You didn't even know what it was, and your random guess actually worked for once. It's true. Yeah, Nintendo Fans still can't hear us as well, so this could be a problem. I don't know what's going on that end. I'm gonna drop out of the call real quick, and then I'm gonna jump back in and see if that fixes it. Okay, I'm back. Let me check my XSplit settings. I really don't know what's going on because I didn't do anything different except for change to Audacity. Obviously that fucked it up. System sound cable. Okay.
Because
You've been sending too many messages. Take a break and try again.
Seriously?
Okay. Let's see, yeah. Nintendo Fan, if you can let me know if you can hear us now. I am going to move on to the next track, though, just for time's sake. And I do apologize for you guys in the live feed if you can't hear anybody else. But hopefully we'll get this figured out here soon. Here is the next track.
Oh, he says he can hear us.
Oh, good. Glad we got it figured out. Okay.
But I can also hear Eugene in the background. Somebody's got their YouTube on.
That was me. That's good, though.
Okay. Well, good. Glad we got it figured out. Okay, so now that we ironed out the kinks, here comes round 3, I believe. And Mike is up with 2 points to 0-0.
Unfortunately.
Mario.
Can you be more specific?
Play it again.
Sticker Star?
I'll play that same theme again.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that's
Color Splash.
Yeah, that's fucking Super Paper Mario.
It is not. I'm gonna give you the next track.
Fuck.
Oh, Mario Party 8, 10?
It is Mario Party 10.
10, sweet.
Why did you ask me to be specific? It wasn't even the right fucking series.
Well, you just said I thought I just heard Mario, so I just.
I said Paper Mario. I said
All right, so it looks like
I,
Lucas is on the board.
I knew it had to either be 8 or 10 because those were the last two I'd played and it sounded recent.
I didn't really care for 10. It was fine, but it just.
10 is way better than 8.
Yeah, that's
disagree.
true. Oh, you
Disagree.
didn't you liked 8 10 or 8 better than 10?
I liked 8 more than 10. 8 was the one with like the Koopa Tycoon Town, right?
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
No, that was so much more fun than 10. 10 was so boring. The only fun thing to do in 10 was Bowser.
God. Okay. Well, that was round 3. Looks like Lucas got a point there. We're going to move on to the next track. And it looks like the chat is with us finally. So thank you for bearing with us there, chat. This game, I'm going to give you a hint, is a Super Nintendo game. So there's that. Here we go.
Home Improvement.
No.
Ooh, this sounds familiar.
Was there a Turok game on Super Nintendo?
Not a Turok game, but that guess is surprisingly close.
Fossil Fighters Super Nintendo.
No.
It's not Jurassic Park, is it?
It's not Jurassic Park. It's not
what else is
TMNT
Turok
Nintendo fan. You guys want another
Is
track?
it a Castlevania game?
Yeah, give
It's
us
not
another
Castlevania.
track.
Okay, so let me give you guys another track here. How about this one?
Ooh, I like this. No, this is definitely not Ninja Gaiden.
Nope, not Ninja Gaiden, Nintendo fan.
Puyo Puyo something.
It's not Puyo Puyo. So this, I'll give you a hint. The reason why I said your guess was close, Mike, is because this game is set in prehistoric times.
Is this Bonk?
It's not Bonk.
Damn it.
That's a good guess, though.
Is it Grandpa, the Mario Grandpa Flintstones game?
It is not the Mario Grandpa Flintstones game. Here is the next track. I'm going to give you guys 2 more.
Oh, what's that game with the 2 cavemen? I forget the name.
Yeah, like the hairy caveman, like
Yeah,
cartoons.
like Mike
what
and
the fuck?
Earl or whatever. What the hell? What's that called?
What is it called?
Right?
Do we have the name right? Do we just need the name? Isn't it like Tom and Earl or something?
No.
Come on, Eugene. We know this.
Yeah, I know you know it, but you didn't get the names right.
Well, we're
not
not gonna
Tom,
get
it's
the
not
names 'cause
Earl.
We don't know the names. It's like Flip and Flam. Oh God.
So it's between the two.
Hugh and Gene's Amazing Adventure. What the hell is the game called? I want to have a point.
I can't give you a point. You know exactly what it is.
I know the game. I just don't know the name.
You have to get there. You have to get there. I can't give it to
I
you.
don't think I know the name, and I don't want to Google it because that feels like cheating.
I refuse to Google it. I'm not Justin.
Oh God, what the hell is it? It's like all I can think is Tom and Jerry.
It was a Data East game. I don't know if that helps. It was on.
It doesn't.
It was in the arcade.
Oh God.
Those 2 hairy cavemen. What the fuck
Yeah,
are
what were their names?
I can see them yelling at each other.
I swear if it's like Luke and Mike, I'm gonna be really pissed. Okay, fine. Give up on the point I so desperately need and earned.
This game is called Joe and Mac.
Joe and Mac. I hate you. I hate you,
God
Eugene.
fucking damn it.
Oh God.
Hey, if I didn't get Bravely Default when it was actually Bravely Default 2, then I'm not giving you fucking Joe and Mac, okay?
Joe and Max.
I knew that was coming.
Okay, nobody gets that point. But that was fun for me, so that's all that matters.
That was a blast, okay? I'm mad, but, like, I'm not even mad.
Okay,
Right,
here comes the next track. I'm going to give you the game over sound effect here, because I think everything else is going to kind of give it away, so let's see.
Sonic 2. Oh, F-Zero?
No.
Oh, God, I know this.
Do you want the game over sound again?
Yeah, do it again. Do it again.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, God, why do I know this? Oh, Pilot Wings! Is it Pilot Wings?
It is Pilot Wings!
Yes! Oh, that is such a recognizable sound font. That felt way better than it should have.
I knew somebody was going to get there, but I didn't want to make it like the most obvious track, because pretty much everything else from that game is like so recognizable. Like the light plane one. Come on.
Yeah.
Such good music, though.
I loved the crap out of this game. And then I got, like, Pilot Wings for the DS, and I was like, what the hell is that?
Or the 3DS one? That one was garbage. Yeah.
Oh, and I'd never played the 64 one, so I didn't, like, have the transition game to, like, get me used to it. Like, everybody played the 64 game, and I was just like, no.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one. This game is another licensed track, so I'm going to give you that hint right up the bat. It's not Lion King, though, so...
Aladdin.
Maybe stop saying they're licensed games before you play the track.
Well, I thought that other one was going to be hard, but apparently not. Here comes this one, which I know is going to be hard.
Home Improvement.
Not Home Improvement.
I forgot it was a licensed game. It's not Aladdin?
It's not Aladdin.
Oh god, I know that beat now. I know it.
I'm going to give you another track. I'm going to tell you that probably none of you have played this game, but we've talked about it a lot.
Is it like Tarzan?
It's not Tarzan.
Which console is it on?
This is a Super Nintendo game.
Okay.
Is it that Double Dragon Battletoads game or something?
It is not Double Dragon Battletoads.
We talked about that a lot.
Can I ask a question about the licensed game since we're moving into it? Is it based on a game or a movie or a TV series?
I can't tell you. It's funny, but I can't tell you what the license is based off of because that would literally give it away. Alright, I'm going to give you another track. And then I'm going to give you a hint that's going to definitely give it away, I think. But it's going to be funny nonetheless.
Ooh. Wait. Is this like Michael Jackson?
It's not Michael Jackson.
No
Was
way.
Earthworm Jim on the Super Nintendo?
It was, but it's not that. Okay, last hint, guys. No, I'm not going to give you this hint yet. Let me give you one more track. I'm going to let you guys kind of guess it out, and then I'll give you the hint that's going to give it away.
Are we in the ballpark? Like,
you guys are, like, yes, you're there. Like, all your guesses are kind of leading right up to it, but it's just not it.
oh wait, is it Shaq Fu?
It's fucking Shaq Fu!
Oh my
Yes!
Fuck you, bro.
Yes!
Yes!
My hint was going to be, and of course it would have given it away, that although
It's getting a remake.
No, I was going to say that although none of us have played the original game, there's definitely going to be a few of us that are getting the sequel.
Why do I only ever win when you host Nintendo Tunes? Like, everybody else, it's like maybe
You
Mike
won when I host a
sometimes.
couple times. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You played it valid.
Eugene, am I going to get a point, or are you that mad at me?
There's still some games in here that I think you might be able to get. I still have some Wii U
Eugene-
games.
Eugene knew that he had to sugarcoat the podcast for Mike and me, so he gave us all the points.
Shit. Okay, this next track comes from a game that I know everybody's played. So get your goddamn buzzers ready. I think it's going to be a quick one on this Nintendo.
Sonic Adventure.
I would never pick a Sonic game for Nintendo's, just so you know. And then now watch me pick one the next time to throw.
I'll remember that.
God, I don't know what I want to pick. Okay, this one, I guess.
Oh, this is Zelda, Link's Awakening. Link to the Past.
Yes, it is.
That was the Dark World, right?
This is when you turn into the rabbit.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Okay.
Yeah, and Mike has never played, so that was a clear decision.
Oh, I forgot Mike has never played. Oh, sorry, Mike. I thought, yeah, my bad. Well, that's okay. You never played Shaq Fu either, and Lucas still got that one. So
Super Nintendo games give me like the biggest joy when I hear the music. Like those were the games that I grew up with.
Yeah.
No, that's you, Steve.
No, that's Game Boy games.
Oh god. Okay, so that means that Lucas has a commanding lead, 2 points, but there's still time, Steve. There's still time, Mike. We have some more tracks. Here is the next one. No hints on this one. I kind of feel that it's going to be easy, but let's find out.
Donkey Kong something?
It's not Donkey Kong.
I can barely hear it.
You need the volume up some?
It's not Earthbound, is it? Or Ice Climbers?
It's not Ice Climbers. It's not Earthbound. Is the volume better now, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys need another track?
I think I
know this beat.
Nintendo fan might not.
Stop looking at his answers.
Yeah, get out of the chat, you
I'm
fools.
closing my chat window.
All
It's
right.
not Toe Jam and Earl,
Don't
though,
be-
Nintendo fan.
Don't be eating fuck.
Okay, here is the next track. Oh wait, that's the same track. Just kidding. Here is the next track.
Is this 64 or 64?
It is not.
Earthworm Jim?
It's not. I'm gonna give you a hint.
Is it?
This game
Is it-
came out on the Wii U.
Whoa.
They didn't like remake.
Citizens of Earth.
No. You guys want another track?
Yeah. I can barely hear you. You can turn it on down again.
So it's not Citizens of Earth.
It's not Citizens of Earth. I'm gonna give you guys another track. I have a couple of. I have 3 more, and I think the last one's gonna give it away. But here, let's see if you guys can get it before then.
Whoa.
It is not Mother 3. It is not Earthbound Beginnings. Nintendo fan.
I like how we're all picking like sci-fi games.
I'm like running out of energy here, guys. I need to.
This sounds like I should know this.
I know we've talked about it. I know some of you have played it. All right, I'm gonna give you. I've got 2 more tracks. The last one is we'll give it away for anybody who's played it, but let's see if you can get it from this one.
Oh, I have played this. Dun, dun, dun,
Fuck.
dun, dun,
Star Fox Guard.
dun, dun,
not
dun,
Star Fox
dun.
Guard.
What is this? I
This
know
is
this
Mario.
really well. Oh, it's you're right.
Is
It
it
is
3D World?
It is not 3D World, but you're getting
Well, that's-
closer.
It's got to be like. Oh, is it Toad? Captain Toad?
It is Captain Toad.
I knew this.
I don't feel like I really earned that point. I kind of feel like I stole that point from Steve.
Then fuck it.
I'm willing to give Steve a point here since he kind of did get there first. If you're willing
All
to let him have it.
Unless he beats me, I will graciously let him have that.
Oh, I won't beat you. That's my 1 point for the night. I'm good.
Okay. Nintendo fan finally got there, by the way. It is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Great game, by the way.
Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
And this is the one that would have given it away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I forgot I played that game.
All right, guys. We're getting to the end of Nintendoons. We're running out of tracks. But I've still got a few more. Let's see if you guys can't get this next one here. God, I have a feeling that anything I pick from this game is just going to be an instant go. But let's see. Yeah, fuck it. How about this one?
Metroid. Fusion.
Yeah. Everybody got there. I don't know who to give that point to.
Which one is it?
Which one is it?
Fusion.
It's Fusion?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Fusion.
Did you say Fusion before everybody, Lucas?
I thought...
I know Mike. I heard Mike say
Fusion,
Metroid first, and then I heard you say Metroid, but you said Metroid Fusion, so I mean, I don't know. How about we'll call that nobody gets that point, because that was kind of an easy one.
I say both of us should get the point.
I was going to say Mike and Lucas can both have a point. I know it wasn't me.
Okay, down with that. So it looks like...
Exactly, but I'd rather have more points.
Sure it does. It doesn't affect me.
Fine. We'll give Mike and Lucas both 10 points.
Okay.
They got that one right. Here comes the next one. I've only got a few more, guys, and then that's it. This one, I don't know that any of you guys have played, but I really love this fucking game, so kudos to anybody who knows this song. This is a Wii U game, by the way, so I'm going to give you that off the bat.
Okie dokie.
Turn it up a little bit.
Ooh. Pretty.
Devil's Third.
Not Devil's Third.
Is it Lost Reavers?
Chance. Is it that game where you have to write words and the words become things that happen in the levels? I can't remember what the name of the game is. It was an indie game.
Typo Man?
Typo Man, yeah.
No, that is not the game.
Okay. Sounds like it.
It's not Shattered Memories either. Nintendo fan in the chat. God, I fucking love the soundtrack. Alright, I'm gonna give you the next one. I don't know that any of you guys have played this game, so I'm gonna give you a hint. This is an Ubisoft title.
I still hate the way you say
Oh my
Ubisoft.
god, I know what this is. It's like the Princess of Light or something like that.
Oh, girl! I'm giving it to you just because you've actually heard of this game.
It's that one where it's an RPG and you've got the girl and you got the fairy and it's kind of time-based.
It's so beautiful. It's on the UbiArt engine.
Child of Light. That's what it is. Child of Light.
Ah, thank you.
Damn, you got there before I did. I was getting there.
I played that on Vita.
I'm just watching Steve and Eugene have a moment here.
It's such a good game. It's beautiful.
That was a good game.
Yeah, it kind of a generic RPG, all things told, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
Because of the aesthetics and the music alone. So, all right, Steve got a point. I'm really
Holy
excited
shit, I
that
have
somebody
2
got
points.
that one.
See, if I hadn't given you guys that point, we'd be tied right now.
Right. Okay, so looks like we're moving into the last round, guys. So I actually have another one in here. I think I've gone. Yeah, I didn't want to say Quaid, but I've got another one Quaid up. I know I've already gone past 10, but I still wanted to pull this one out. This is a DS game. I'm going to give you that right here. So let's see if you can get it. Another game with beautiful music. I'm sorry?
Is it Rooms?
No.
Okay.
This is really creeping me out.
The music?
Yeah.
Luke's got the heebie-jeebies. I better pick another track.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'll give you a hint here. This is a pseudo sequel to a game that came out on a console. So this was a DS game, and it was somewhat of a sequel to a console version of this game.
Is this Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Ring Bearers or whatever?
It is not, but that's not a bad guess. I'm gonna give you another track here.
And could you turn it down just a hair?
Yes, I can.
No,
Or
down,
multiple hairs. There we go.
Is that better?
Better.
It's not Final Fantasy IV: The After Years, is it?
Is it? Is it Kingdom Hearts?
It is not Kingdom Hearts.
Is it like The World Ends With You Too? No, that was never a console game.
It's not Phoenix Wright, Nintendo fan. Okay, I'm gonna give.
I don't know, man. I gotta give up.
I'm gonna give you one more hint, and then yeah, we'll call it on this one. So this game came out from. If I say this, it's probably gonna give it away. But this game came out
sounds
from.
like a Final Fantasy game.
Well, it came out from somebody who used to work on Final Fantasy.
So Enix.
He broke off from Square Enix and made his own company. And that company is called Mistwalker.
That doesn't really do anything to me.
Nope.
Alright guys, I'm gonna just give this one to you because it doesn't look like any of you guys have played it, or you're not gonna get there. But this game is called Blue Dragon Awakened Shadow.
I never played that one.
Never heard
shit.
of that one.
I've
Blue
heard
Dragon-
of it, I have it, but I've never played it.
Blue Dragon came out on the Xbox 360. It was supposed to be like the end-all be-all RPG, but it ended up being kind of mediocre. And then this one also ended up being kind of mediocre, but you know, I had my fun with it, so.
Well, Lucas wins again. That's cool. I'm falling asleep. Yeah. I'm just gonna call my outro now, guys, because I gotta go to bed. Like, really, I should have been in bed 2 hours ago.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for E3. I gotta go to school tomorrow and watch a horse get castrated. So follow me on Twitter at Mike the Poet _ between all the words. Hit me up on Miiverse. Mike is the Poet 3rd. All spelled out. I'm gonna put my Switch friend code in my description on my Twitter, and you can add me on that. Shout out to people who've added me recently on Twitter and Switch. Shout out to all you guys who I will play with as soon as I get a game I can play. Yeah. I will see you guys whenever I'm back on again. Probably won't be next week, but we'll find out. Until next time.
See ya.
Bye, Mike.
See you later. All right.
The funny thing is, he's not even going to school for veterinarian stuff. He's going to be a dentist.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's going to watch a horse get castrated.
In Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie, I can fucking the one elf is like,
I want to be a dentist.
All right, guys. Well, that was Nintendo's. Yep, like Mike said, Lucas got the victory this time. That was a fun one, I thought. Well, for me, because I got to choose all the music. So,
Eugene, play me some funky victory music. I want to sit and enjoy this for a minute.
Oh, you want some victory music, do you? I've got you some victory music. This is like my
Give
favorite
me a song
thing ever. It's a little melancholy here, but here it's gonna.
Yeah, this really getting the victory vibe from this.
Seems to be the theme of the show today. Melancholy.
This is your theme for victory. It's the ending theme of Link to the Past. Because
standing triumphantly over my enemies, leaving them all in ruins.
We did it, guys. So yeah, that was fun. I'm excited that we fucking are out of this show. We're past E3, guys.
Well,
we
let
made
me
it.
Just say, as one of the biggest like E3 downers, I was spot on when I said that if I got to talk it out with you guys, I would have a much more fun time. And I did. I actually had a blast. I feel like my points got highlighted and your points got highlighted, and it wasn't just like a cluster of negativity like I was hoping it wouldn't be. Like, I actually feel slightly more positive about E3 than I did when I went into it. I'm disappointed, like, overall, but like I'm not quite as the world is ending as I was like 2.5 hours ago. Yeah. Capcom is the only thing that really depresses me at this point, but hey, there's better games out there.
You're mad at Capcom, I'm mad at Sony.
We'll see, and
their customer service tonight was amazing because I did call in and ask them some questions about my Plus subscription that I'm going to let lapse, and they were very chill about it.
Well, and if Sony goes on to be the next like platform for Monster Hunter, maybe by the time like a PS5 comes out, I'll like dual platform. Hopefully by then I'll be making real person money, and maybe I'll get a Monster Hunter that way. Maybe I can get like Monster Hunter Worlds 3 or something. We'll see.
Yeah, like you said, I think actually getting to talk about all of the stuff and like really put into perspective like all of the issues that you and Mike were having with Capcom even, and like
now I'm not a cartoon villain anymore, like maniacally cackling and going, Nintendo's going to fall to ruin.
Right. Oh, well, that's good. At least we have that much. So, okay, guys, but it has been a long show. My Audacity is reading almost at 3 hours, so probably going to be edited down to about 2.5 or so. But, hey, that's a pretty beefy show here, I would say.
Yeah. Well, so why do you say we expect that given this week?
Yeah, sure. And unfortunately, E3 got the better of 2 of our Infendo hosts who have already backed out of the show, but that's okay. I still have Stephen Lucas here with me to end the show out proper. And I would like you guys to tell us where we can find you guys on the internet. Where can we play some games with y'all and stuff?
Steve, take it away.
I am at Gentis1 on Twitter. And I promise tonight, I've been saying this for 3 shows now, but I promise tonight I'm going to do a pinned tweet with all of my Nintendo information. So look for that by tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Lucas, make me do it before we play Pokemon.
Okay. Oh, we're playing Pokemon? Yes.
If you're up, I've got nothing to do.
I'm going to be up all damn night, my friend. Anyway, I am on Twitter at Mike_DA_parrot. And you can find me on YouTube at Pokemon Trainer Verdant, which is actually pretty spot on. I'm going to start uploading battle footage of me and Steve, but only the ones where I win because, why would I post ones?
Those will be more than the ones I win with your new team.
Right. And I know that you're listening to this, Nintendo fan. I hope you're still listening to this. But we were friends. Now that I see that I'm going to mispronounce your name, but now that I see that you're Mykola, like, we were friends at one point on, I think, the Wii U, so probably through Mike. So, like, refriend me on my Switch or my 3DS, whatever you own, because we could do stuff, even though we never really did before. We could do stuff. We could Puyo or something, or race, or have a magical adventure.
Play Minecraft with Steve.
Oh, God.
Shut him up.
I swear to God, if Shovel Knight had a co-op mode that was online, that would be all you'd be talking about, too.
Yeah, pretty much. Or Shantae. I didn't even talk. They're doing a DLC pack for Shantae that they unveiled at E3.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. The Risky Business or whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like they're going sort of the Shovel Knight route, right?
Yeah. That was my thought, exactly.
Can I, like, are we allowed to do opinion pieces on it? We're done, right? Like, we can talk.
Yeah, let me just close out my outro, and then we'll get out of here, and then we'll
okay,
do all that fun stuff. So if you want to find me, I don't know why you would, because Blame Eugene hashtags are all the rage these days. But if you do, you can follow me on Twitter at Infendo Eugene. You can follow Infendo at Infendo, and you can follow everything that Infendo is doing on www.infendo.com. And last but not least, Justin, you can follow at Infendo Justin. I don't know all his other stuff. I know Master Claw or something like that.
He's Master Claw on one of them, and he's Fear the Claw on another.
So probably if you follow him on Twitter is going to be best. I know that he has all of his friend codes and all that stuff in his profile, so you can find all that fun stuff there. So with that, guys, we are going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We had quite a few new faces even that I didn't recognize. Well, actually, Chance was the new face that I was thinking of, but it looks like that's your friend, Gentis. But that doesn't discount him. I'm glad that he joined us. Nintendo Fan was here. Rose of Death was here. Heather dropped in for a few. Thank you, everybody, in the live stream. You can be here, too. Every Wednesday night, we stream live at sometime, like 7, 6:30 my time. Sometime, usually around 8 o'clock Eastern, so.
Whenever the computers let us.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so let's get out of here. This has been Infendo Radio, and we love ya. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
It was the most awkward bye I've ever given in my life. I'm like, bye bye.
Oh, we gotta end this stream.
Okay, yeah, everybody say goodbye to the live stream. We're about to go dark, so bye live stream.
Bye live stream.
All right. Later, Nintendo fan and pretty much just our own crew.
Infendo.
Yeah, and Justin's still listening to us. I think.
Mike was there for a minute too.